Oh, I
Like-
only listen to the Evergrace soundtrack. Oh,
No, like
shoegaze.
Broadway musicals on loop endlessly. Like I'm
Alright.
fucked in the head, dude.
Can
Oh,
I-
that's great.
Les Mis Trap
ain't bad.
remix.
That's not DMC free. Or
I
DMCA
said
free.
trap remix. It'll count.
Also,
I think.
no, don't play the don't play the
Trap-
trap remix.
Wait, you can't do that to Valjean. He's an innocent man, please. Oh god.
Oh fuck! Wait, I
Ew.
hosted myself. My bad.
Yeah,
Dr.
you're always
Colin,
posting
PhD.
yourself.
How do I share? Okay, wait. Do you have a tweet that's live for this? That
I'm
should
working
share?
on it. I'm working on it. Calm down.
He was working on it until he asked you what music you like, and now he's looking for music.
Chrono Cross OST, pretty good, I would say.
Big fan.
It's
Big
a bit
fan.
if I do that, I feel like it's a bit self-conceited.
Big
Like,
fan.
oh, Chrono Cross.
The
Oh,
Dragon
it's the
Quest
3 people in the
soundtrack.
No.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that'll work.
What the fuck is this made as a joke? Hold on.
What?
What is this? Koichi
Master of the
Sugiyama
House
fucking
trap
no,
mix?
listen to
Why
it
does it-
though. This sounds like
Why
a
does it have to
Sugiyama
be-
song.
Like it's from the movie, and it's not even from the 10th anniversary cast. Like, come on. I'm
This sounds like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
No, but does this not sound like a late era Sugiyama beat at the beginning
Yes.
at least?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Are we sure this is?
What a great way to start. Let's just make fun of this poor YouTuber with 40 subscribers. Here, hold on. Dox them. Show it on screen. All right.
Jesus.
Welcome to the show, everybody. No one knows we're here yet.
What a welcome it is.
I can't finish writing the tweet if you keep complaining. Kyle Bashley.
I can't dox my whole self. I can dox my first name.
Okay.
But no, sorry, I never even answered your question. I don't have a preference, so whichever one you prefer is fine with me. That's better. He's rocking. Okay.
This
clown music.
This trap mix really fucking sucks. But like I'm trying.
I'm
It's
trying
got
to
a
feel it.
it's got a sick drum beat in the back because there's a drum machine that's competent back there.
Of all the songs to represent Les Mis, Master of the House, though, like, yeah, it's classic, but come on. There's so much more miserable,
Lays.
beefy music. Yeah, lay music.
When the lay is miserable. Oh wait, that's like an actual. That's incel shit. Never mind.
What?
When
I
the,
don't know.
when the lay is
Oh.
yeah, it's got multiple level. Come on.
Wait, have incels like evolved now? Like when they
To
get
have
laid
bad
and
sex?
It's bad? Like is it that like do they still like it's like no it didn't count because it was bad bros. I'm still here. I'm still one of the crew. Is that like a thing?
I don't know.
Can that be a thing?
Let's start
Incels.
it. Let's start
I'm
it.
appealing to you directly.
Incels, please come on the show.
I want to ask you something. If the sex is bad, do you just together
You
as a
just give
group
up.
conclude that it's like, hey, no, that one doesn't count. You're still here. You still got the wizard powers. Like, does that count that way or like?
Wait, do they have
How does that
wizard
work?
powers?
That's like bad for
Yeah.
them, you mean, and not bad for the woman. Like, that's not part of the equation.
Well, yeah, like it's bad for them. It doesn't matter to them if it was bad for the lady, like at
Right.
all, right?
Because the female orgasm doesn't exist.
Yes,
Exactly,
this is true.
according to them. So like, I just want to know, cause according
What
to
is this
incels,
Vocaloid that's
they call
listening?
incels who are over the age of 30 wizards because the
Oh.
idea is that once they go over the age of 30, they gain their powers.
Like, prostate, pre-fucking, like, tumors and shit. Like, that's not cool.
No, they just
See, this is how we get him
they
to
just
open
think
up
they
with
get
us, GC.
get magical powers.
Apparently, the
Okay.
answer is orgasms.
Fire- yeah, fireball. I haven't came. All right.
So, okay, so this is going up on the YouTube VOD channel. So,
Sure.
if you're really nice to me,
Strike that from the record.
maybe I'll start the episode at a certain point and actually edit this VOD. So, let's
No,
see
look.
how we go from here.
Look, I just have to use the fucking like bleeper here.
It's
alright?
already
fine.
he already said it.
Yeah, came. That's a word. What?
What? Why are you talking about such filth?
Context is not considered by the bots. I need you to think about
Ooh,
this.
a first time oh, cool.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Welcome to the part where we meander for just a little bit.
We're meandering right now. I'm full disclosure chat. Hello, by the way. Welcome everybody. Missed y'all. I'm browsing through my Magic the Gathering cards.
I'm browsing through my Final Fantasy cards.
You have Final Fantasy cards?
Yeah.
KBash
Dude, I haven't-
is here.
Yeah. I have an X-Death Final Fantasy card, but I have more Magic cards.
Ooh.
Dude, X-Death is cool though.
He is pretty cool.
I
His
have been
name's
wanting to
X
play
Death.
it.
Oh.
I got a.
X-Death.
Yeah. Are we doing show and tell? Is that like?
Yeah. Do you have anything to show? Last
You wanna
last
show?
time we did some stuff to show. So.
I'm just like, what do I even show?
Who wants to see my lightning trading card?
I don't put it
Shit,
away.
bro. That looks rare.
I actually got all these with my Uniqlo shirts. They're not actually that special. Although my coworker, fun fact, KBash, I told you about him. I was like, yeah, my coworker knows who you are. He might even be listening to this at some point in the future. It's not impossible. So like he was telling me like, oh, I didn't get my trading cards. Like, oh, that sucks. And in the back of my mind, it's like, I got mine.
I fuck like literally as soon as you say my coworker knows you, my brain's like, but do they hate me though? That's like the first thing.
No, he was like, I saw this this good Drakengard video.
Oh,
Yeah, and he was like, it was with the thumbnail. The thumbnail was cool.
Yeah. It was alright. It's pretty good.
Everyone at work found out I make videos, and the day after they found out, they were like, wow, your stuff's really good. How come you don't upload more often?
It's hard.
And I did this. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm here.
All right.
Reality.
Now the tweet is up.
Oh, okay. I have to retweet this. Hold up. Should I post this? I feel really bad. I've been avoiding my Discord. Sorry if any of my Discord people are listening right now. I'm doing a 50-minute video. It's
Nah, post it.
I
I have a Discord. I barely I forget that it's there sometimes. But to be fair, nobody else posts in there either.
Listen.
So.
Listen, every day, KBash sends me this picture of he's at a beach and he's like, haha, I'm stealing Patreon money. I'm not working on shit.
I'm just like sitting here like listening to this character assassination. My back is curling.
You knew what was gonna happen.
So
Did you
full
not?
Disclosure, I had paid for my rent the day after Patreon money got sent in, and I went out to eat, and as I was eating, I got the little ping that was like, your patrons have been charged, and I very cheekily went, well, I guess they're paying for dinner then.
What the heck?
So listen, don't feel bad. Don't ever feel bad.
I feel bad. I literally work every day of the week. Like, I don't feel that bad, but I feel bad for myself.
Yeah, feel bad for yourself, not for anyone else. In regards to content creation, anyway.
Yeah. But dude, I got Warubu. Oh my god. Okay.
Is that from
this
Dragon
shit-
Ball?
No, Dragon Quest Monsters, the best Pokemon game.
Oh,
Fucking Warubu's the best shit. That's all I'm saying. What?
it's a very cute monster design.
No. You guys keep going.
I
Chat,
swearing.
keep it to yourself. So anyway, tell me more about this.
I'm not in chat. Should I be like opening Twitch to read?
You might
I'm
want to
looking
be.
at you. You realize I open your stream every time we stream together, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to see how long it would take.
Why is there 4 of me?
Maybe I'll avoid chat.
Can you not count?
2 of me. 4 of us. 2 of me.
Well, GC, because you're the only one here with like a different. You're not the only one here with a different Twitter. That bit doesn't work. Anyway, so I'm gonna keep this going until I get bored. All right.
Okay. Let's
Can you
go.
change me back? Please.
Fucking nervous, dude.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'll
No, it's
change
already.
it back
I already
and
did it.
then
I
I'll
already
put
did
my
it.
cards
I
away.
already did it. No, I already did it.
All right. I'm gonna put my cards away.
So I'm sure you've been asked for interviews before. Yes or no?
I've only done one stream interview, and I think I've done one other one ever.
Okay.
So yeah.
So
but,
you know,
yeah.
metaphorical. Take the script, throw it out. We're kind of just gonna hang out. GC, you have a box there. You rip that in half and throw it to work for the bit. I don't care if there's magic cards in it. Rip it.
They're
throw it.
valuable. No!
There we go. No scripts here. Let me open my
I'm like
questions up
drop-
real quick.
Oh my god. Traumatized.
They're okay. There's like 1,000 cards in there. They're like a solid block.
Fair, fair.
It's all commons anyway. It's fine.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's all
Yeah.
chaff. All right.
All
Hello,
right.
everybody.
Hello, hello,
Formally.
hello. Hi, everyone. It's pretty loud.
Finally here.
Let's set you up correctly here.
So, let us start with the usual. Hold on, I have to make sure that my thing, like my mobile order thing, doesn't dox me.
What the fuck?
No,
Oh
I-
no.
It can actually. It can indeed do that. If you have the little label on it, it can say the store number you got it from, which could be used to dox yourself, so watch out.
Like, terrible. Why is the internet so shitty, dude? Oh, man.
Look at
It's
the
like
people
my
in
entire
it.
life.
Republicans?
I
Spicy.
Boomers.
Boomers. All right. So,
Sorry, it took me a minute. Oh man.
Who-
I had to parse it.
who are you?
I don't know anymore, dude. I thought I did once upon a time when I started this shit, and then I went off the rails. I literally put the word unhinged in my
He-
titles on YouTube.
Doesn't know.
Jesus Christ.
Fascinating. What drives you?
Endless motivation, necessity, fear of dying without having done anything meaningful in my worthless life. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever have legacy fear when you were young?
Legacy fear, like wanting to leave behind something.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
was young, I guess
Right
I'm
now.
still young. No, I have that literally
Right now.
literally every day. By the way, chat,
As we're speaking.
chat, speaking of as we're speaking, I really need all of you to let us know right away how the audio sounds. Do it.
KBash sounds kind of trashy.
Uh,
Where's my mic too quiet?
I think
don't
you're
know.
fine, honestly. Honestly, I've gotten used to it, and I'm like, it's all
Fair,
good.
fair. If I gotta
Can
like
we-
super lower the gain to kill
Can
it,
we
to,
get a
like,
bit more KBash volume? We can. This is why I ask early.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out how to do that.
Welcome
Wait,
back.
wait, no, I'm turning.
Wait, is that too loud though?
Oh, wait, did you move it?
Who,
Did
me?
You, did you move it closer to yourself?
No, I just upped the gain on my my focus right thing. No, I'm
So
talking
you
about
did.
the-
So you did increase the volume. Hold on.
Yes.
Hold
Yeah.
on. All right, chat. So how does this sound? By the way, for YouTube VOD viewers, we have a YouTube channel now. It's like VIBECAST VODs. I'm not linking to
Hi.
it. I'm lazy. Hi.
Welcome.
We're not editing this.
I'm GC. That's Colin. That's KBash. Welcome to the VIBECAST.
Welcome.
Well,
We used
That's
to
how
be
you
weekly.
introduce a goddamn podcast.
I don't give a shit. I do my own thing. I think we've
my
now.
mother might be watching this. I just realized.
Really?
Hi, KBash's mom. Sorry if I swear
Hi,
a lot and
hi,
upset
Mom
you.
Bash.
No, my mother, if she's watching this, by the way, hi. Thanks for tuning in. No, she's a very interesting individual and taught me every word I know. Maybe
Oh, that's good.
unintentionally.
That's good.
Aha.
That's no issue. I promise.
No, yeah, I know.
Wonderful.
My mom texted me before we went live. It was like, your sister's watching, I quote, the JoJo Quest. Weren't you into that thing?
The JoJo quest.
My sister
love
is 5. I hope not.
The JoJo Quest.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
The JoJo Quest. You know, you like that stuff.
This
Well,
one
with
here.
that kid, that JP guy. What's his name? Oh my goodness. Anyway,
Anyway.
Chad, as you know, we do
Or
a podcast
maybe don't.
where, or maybe don't.
Maybe don't. First time
The
viewers.
VIBECast has no plan. We never know
No.
what we're going to do on the docket. That includes when we have special guests. Although
Yes.
this time, Cullen did prepare a docket. And today we're going to be asking our very special guest, KBash here, a series of questions.
Not
So
really in a structure. If you're here for a like Q&A or a very strict
It's not
interview,
going to be like that.
that's not what we do. We're kind of just gonna be chilling for a little bit, very low key, very vibe. It's like the thing. But mainly we got to start with just saying like, hey, introduce yourself. Kind of give a vague synopsis of your entire life, address, fears.
What's your name? What do you do on the internet?
I go by KBash. I make YouTube videos, specifically.
What are the
wow, I'm,
last
like,
couple
killing
numbers
it.
on your credit card?
You make videos on the internet about video games. What's like your
Yeah.
most like well-known thing? or what you're most proud of?
I can't. Well, I'll say my most known. Not that I'm proud of it, but Anime Fighters and Fable, those two videos particularly popped off.
Anime
even though they were-
Fighters.
Yeah, Horrible Anime Fighters is my
Horrible
most viewed video.
Anime Fighters.
And The Fall of Fable is my other one. I love that titling. It's so like destructive. You know what I mean? Like so fell in nature.
So it seems like you talk about things dying on your channel. Is that
So
is that true?
Do you? Because I can get into that if you want to.
Dude, if you want to just like talk into a
Yeah.
void, we can do that. We can
So-
find you a void.
Don't worry, we'll interject.
I've got
if you-
a
if you
pit
agree.
in my backyard. You could just
Fair.
talk into it.
I've been on the internet for a long time, right? Like I've been doing this for like 6 years, is it? Something like that.
When did you start your channel?
Literally 4 months before 2017. So yeah,
Wow.
September 2016.
That's
so-
awesome.
Yeah, but I started out really negative, and I could go into 1,000 of reasons why my show was like that. But the baseline is I thought it was funny to be a douchebag. It turns out not the case, especially if you've never accomplished anything and are a nobody. Ergo, it was bad, and it was bad for 2 years before I saw any success. Period. And I eventually moved into a much more positive place. I like will play new people's favorite IPs. I'll be nice about them, even performatively nice at times, even though I maintain critical control over like my show. But where was I going with it? There was something about negativity. You see so many of those like the fall of horrible anime, like terrible Beyblade games or whatever.
I
Because-
melted the iceberg.
Yes, because negativity sells on YouTube, and it's like not even really close. Like almost all of my predominantly positive stuff will underperform out of
Of course. Yep.
period. And it sucks because you're sitting there like, I gotta say that Drakengard was kind of cool and worth checking out. Okay, obliterating my mental health with Drakengard, and see that's good because, and hear me out on this, I didn't have to put insane in the title because that would be polarizing for people with actual mental illness by cat. Do you know what I'm exactly?
Oh, yeah.
That's the thought you're having, right? So you put that instead, which is kind of neutral, I guess, and it works, but it's still a crazy.
I mean,
headline.
it's an eye-catching like title,
Mhm.
and
It
I mean, like
works.
it literally
Yeah.
got the attention of my coworker. So
Exactly. I've got my hand on the pulse of the everyman.
fuck
Yeah.
Noah. Go fuck yourself, Noah. He's a nice guy. I don't
least
actually mean that.
I'm saying that while like massively tanking for the past like 2 months, but like whatever.
No, you're not.
that's
It's
that's the nature of YouTube. Really.
yeah.
Like,
You don't need us to tell you how it works. It'd
yeah,
be like
dude.
that.
Yeah, I've been through the dips and the rises. It happens. It happens. Anyway.
All right.
Well,
dude,
so like
that was
So-
high energy.
yeah.
So now you focus on. So what you're saying is you focus on trying to be a positive
More so.
voice, even
More
if
so,
it, yeah, like a more constructive approach is the sort of stuff that's benefited you more.
You know what?
I always
Oh,
get
yeah.
this kind of vibe from your stuff. It's like, because you might say like, oh, try to like force some positivity or whatever, but it's like, it's kind of like a neutral
Yeah.
like
yeah.
tone for a lot of your stuff that I've always really
Thank you.
appreciated. And because you kind of start it neutral, you're not like like usually when you go into something that you haven't played before, something like Drakengard even, you're not like expecting the best or like expecting the worst. And that way, any emotional response I typically get from your stuff is it's like it's genuine. Although this isn't the suck KBash's dick show because I'm a fan, so I'm
My
not gonna.
heart. I'm having a feeling.
Aww.
No. Oh,
But no,
But-
like it is. I will say, like that is something that is kind of like, I think is the reason why people kind of keep coming back. It's like you've got a
I hope so.
strong base of people who really like your stuff. But
Well-
I wanted to backtrack just a little bit more because there might be people who are watching who don't know you. I think we all kind of
That's a
are.
fucking asshole. I know, dude. Believe me, holy shit. I have never name searched. I can say this, but the shit I've read about myself is like I don't even want to look at that shit ever again.
Oh, jeez.
It's like actual psychic damage every
So-
time.
So who is the actual KBash? What does he like to do for fun? What kind of person is he?
Okay.
More importantly, why didn't you tell me you were gonna show up with a beard? I literally shaved today
I'm sorry.
because I thought I would be like, okay, it's like, oh, okay, he's probably not gonna have a beard. GC's gonna have a beard. Like GC's definitely gonna have a beard. I'm going to be clean shaven so we don't overwhelm our guest. But now I feel overwhelmed and I don't really appreciate this.
Mhm.
I got lazy because I've been like staring at a 50-minute timeline for like 2 weeks.
Oh,
But
I'm
anyway,
sorry. We bring you on your show and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna try for it. Oh,
Holy shit, dude.
I mean, it
Okay.
looks great.
it
First
does
of
look
all,
good. No, it looks
First of all, the
quite
beard
good.
looks great and the hair looks
No,
great.
no,
And this
do you
whole
like-
look is just working
like,
for you.
You're,
I just wanna say.
I'm curious. So like
Love
your
those
hair.
darker colors. on
Your,
your
do
outfit
what?
and
What do
stuff.
you?
Oh.
What do you like? What's your secret with the hair?
I don't have. Okay, I know GC asked the question, so I'll get to it. But the secret, there is no
Mine's
secret.
more important,
My
it's
hair
fine.
grows like that. I don't use conditioner. I just use shampoo, and I just. My comb
Do
and my
you-
brush are right- Like,
do
I just do that
you-
shit a lot. You know?
It actually
you-
looks like you use conditioner, so I'm surprised you don't.
It really
I
does.
know.
You should
It's
use
my,
it.
My,
It'll make it
my
better.
family's hair is pretty good. Yeah.
All right.
You should use it. Oh my. Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong.
No, like
But
it's
it
not.
feels
That's not like a jab. That's just
No, I
saying
know.
like, imagine how powerful and flowing your locks would be if you started conditioning.
You only
it
have to
would
do
be
it once a
radiant.
week.
You wait. You only have to do it once a week.
Yeah.
And then I
yeah,
wouldn't just
yeah.
be born with it, right? Then it'd be Maybelline or whatever.
Yeah, it'd be Maybelline. Yeah, when you wash your hair, you can do it. Like once a
Also,
week.
I don't know if you already do this. Don't wash your hair every day.
I do. Uh-oh.
No. You're like it's. I mean, it looks great, obviously, but like
fair.
that's
I'm still fraying it, like, for sure.
Oh yeah.
There's no doubt.
No, it's like it's pretty much everyone I know who is an attractive person in my life is always like, yeah, no, don't wash it because it can damage your hair if you wash your hair every single day.
Yeah,
my
it'll look
wife's
like
not
this.
doing that anymore. Huh.
Oh my god, he's
I'm just-
bald.
Yeah,
Who, me?
I've been going bald since I was 23.
How are you able to
yeah.
grow such luscious locks, GC? DC,
Uh,
Tell me
camera
about
magic.
yourself. Who is GC? KBash, shut up for a bit.
Well-
GC, what makes you tick?
Well, a lot of it's blood.
Yeah.
Organs, a heart, a brain,
Incredible.
a nervous system.
Oh my God.
Neurons that are slowly dying whenever I go on this podcast with this fucking guy I co-host with, and he asks me
Incredible.
these inane questions.
Beautiful. Now,
Uh,
KBash, you seem like a pretty smart person. Obviously, I'd imagine that like you're not a, you're an adult, you view media from an adult lens. It is pretty typical, I'd say, of in nice terms, like there's this immature view that like some art mediums are like lower brow, inherently don't have value, but clearly I'd imagine we all kind of agree all art has its own unique artistic value, right? Like
For sure.
games, for example, some people would say that there's some like lower brow genres of games.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, if you had to be a toxic piece of shit, what game genre would you say has absolutely no value?
Let's rephrase this.
No.
That's a really hard question.
You're
too.
like
What do
you're
you
trying to
think-
piss off the most amount of people possible, and you're not being authentic at all. Gun to your head, you will die if you don't do this. You have to make a video tomorrow where
about
you
pissing the most people off about saying their genre is shit.
well, yeah, basically saying that their genre is shit. Which
I would literally. It wouldn't be a genre. It would be a genre, but not the way you're thinking. I
No,
would
no, no,
literally
it's-
go after the.
Which one?
literally whatever you want.
I would go after the kinographers first up.
Oh, that's
purely
brave.
because I don't know where the hell, like, I see some of the stuff about like video games or whatever, like the historians of like X or Y series, and I have no idea why or what. And I've played a lot of games too from the kinography lineup. Like, I'm not even gonna go into this right now. I'm
No,
literally
go.
working on a video.
Oh, okay,
that
then
partially
don't.
touches.
What is?
But I'm like-
Hold on. What is a kinographer?
So like,
And
well,
let me
Colin can explain about it.
Oh, go fuck yourself. I was literally about to say before we went live, this is quite funny because KBash literally went, yeah, like you, Cullen, a kinographer.
You fucking kinographer.
I'm not.
No, you literally have a video about Steins Gate. Okay, let's talk about that for. I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
What is kenography? Wait, what is?
No, I'm pretty sure Kinog. I'm joking.
I think you're the first
I-
person to get him to do that.
No, my perception of kinography is that it's about like media that people have extremely like large fan bases around, media that is broadly considered like schlocky by a lot of people, but it's not to these people, and they hold to it very strongly. So things like the Pseudoverse, for example, like No More Heroes or whatever, are despised by some people, but also held up as true exemplars of art in the genre.
Okay.
First of all, where do you get off?
So basically, like people who have sort of like fallen in love with the idea of cult classics and want everything to be a cult classic.
That's my perception, but I'm not 100% on it, to be honest, because I've never swum in the culture. I'm just, some people have, for example, but I wouldn't know who that is, though.
Okay.
It's Cullen's. Did I make you age?
No, Cullen's wearing his kenographer's outfit.
It's my lab coat.
Shit.
Now, some of us didn't receive enough parental love, and we're trying to fill the gap with cult classics.
Look, I like cult classics too. Department Heaven is great, but
yeah. Okay, first of all, gonna call me a fucking kenographer, Mr. Department Heaven, nothing but bangers. Oh.
Nothing but based classics.
Yeah, where you have an entire series just glucking all of Department Heaven games.
Okay, maybe I am a kenographer and I didn't.
You are! But no, okay, here's the thing. It is a derogatory term, and I do agree with you. Because sometimes they like stuff that I don't, and then that's what gets me mad.
Okay. Well, one take I saw on the internet was like, I feel like people who hate Drakengard 1 have never played a bad action game. And I'm like, I've fucking played 2 Human like 4 times. Drakengard 1 is not fun to play, and it's not even arguable. But if you want to argue it, I won't take away your love. If you want to like it.
Not me. Oh, no.
I think that anyone who thinks that statement, anyone who thinks Drakengard is a bad game, hasn't played enough action games, is literally from a person who was born after the PS2 era.
Literally though.
It was that whole era of games.
Post PS2 era people
was all like that, more or less.
Oh man. Oh shit, I did it again.
It's hard to, when you've played so many games, right, where it's like Devil May Cry, yeah, Ninja Gaiden, whatever, and then you play Drakengard and you're expected by like a certain subset of the online community to hold these things up to, like, this is great. And it's like, I can't lie about this. I would be exposing my lack of integrity if I fucking pretended.
I didn't know getting you on would get me an outlet to shit on Drakengard, so I do appreciate that.
I'm not trying to shit on...
No,
Drakengard stands. I love you, and your game is actually really neat. No. But it's scary.
Go fuck yourself.
And cold and weird.
Drakengard
your
fans.
Your game is a nightmare.
Your game sucks.
The giant babies are really uncomfortable, actually, I would say. The giant babies. Good. GC's dead.
GC died.
Okay. Oh, it
I'm
is
back.
like saturated.
I had to change my webcam because I was getting that bug again with the frame rate dropping on my camera.
But no,
I'm actually too scared to look at chat.
No, chat's being super nice, and they're very tame. I was hoping they'd be a bit more rowdy. I'm kind of disappointed.
Lucid says he's confused about what I'm talking about. Okay, so, look, don't worry about it.
We'll get back to that a little bit, but it kind of ties in as well. So, like, I think Drakengard in particular, and it is this kind of... It's really funny that you label them kenographers.
Did I do it bad? I didn't mean to.
No, it's not a bad. It's funny. Because it's like you do see this a lot where it's like a group of people that elevate a work with flaws really high, and like to the point where it's like they don't allow criticism of the work and they get really defensive of that work. But also from the people down here who like they're like, oh, Drakengard, I want to get in that. They set their expectations way too high.
Yeah.
The mindset of it is a bit strange, and again, I'm the kind of person who like I just bought a bunch of licensed PS2 games just to find a diamond in the rough. I like it. I like games that are a bit fucked up and weird and janky because I think it's
I guess
charming.
the idea comes from wanting to be the person who discovers the next like missed gem of a thing, right?
That is interesting. I hadn't even thought of that. Huh.
I think it's
Because
I
weird,
think
right?
it's about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get
like
my
I feel like
facts.
why would there be like a whole thing revolving around these like quote unquote underrated things people just sort of trashed or whatever? And I think it comes from that idea, from that perspective of like oh, people missed the point of this, and now the time has passed, we're going to appreciate this more.
You didn't
There is a strong
understand.
streak about that. Oh, I don't mean to talk over you. Sorry.
Oh, you're
But
good.
like that is a streak, right? Of like this is the forgotten whatever. Like this,
Yeah.
the underappreciated or underrated, and it's like, look, it probably tanked for like because it didn't hit mass market, but that has already like said what it is. It is a cult classic by definition. Not inherently, right? It's possible that factors beyond like distribution or whatever makes something impossible to enjoy, but whatever. Like we don't
Suda
know all that.
51 games don't age like the Suda 51 game that was janky when it came out is still janky today.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Hmm?
It's just that it's always served a niche audience.
Yeah.
And like there's definitely stuff that's timeless for that niche. Like no matter
Right.
how much time passes, people who are into the kind of shit Suda 51 makes are going to look at his entire catalog and be like, that's my shit, and that's
Right.
gonna be it.
And
Right?
I've been playing like, oh sorry, I keep cutting Cullen off. Please
No,
talk.
no, dude. So like we do this sometimes. It's accidental. Don't worry about it.
Ugh,
Oh,
Canadian coming out.
that made it
You
worse.
frogged it.
Now I'm
Here,
I'm dreamy.
Move your microphone away from the camera, real quick.
No, I'm
But,
I'm dreamy.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
KBash.
No,
But
I'm
so No More Heroes, I've been playing a lot of that recently to talk about Suda more specifically. And right, like those games, they're action games technically. Like the predominant driving force of the game is action gameplay, but you wouldn't put them alongside Devil May Cry or whatever because they're not in that vein.
No.
But they are also very like, I can see after playing all of them where people would pick up like, this is really fun and cool and weird and I want to say like rebellious in the industry writ large, where it's like, oh, this is actually really awesome in a way. There are like critical points to hit, sure, but you know, you can forget bad parts about anything we love, right? Like some people can.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it is a weird trend because like I want to know where these people came from that like dearly love or turn like fictional media fiction into like their personality online. Like maybe I'm a haughty asshole. I went to, you know, university or whatever,
Right.
came back and I was hyper critical about everything. If you go to my channel, I'm meanest to my own shit. Like everything I love dearly, I am horrible to. Dishonored 1, people came away thinking I hate that game. It's in my top 10, unironically.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
So you heard it
there's no
here.
nuance. It's like,
Kenographers, KBash says you're uneducated.
Also,
No.
Cullen,
no.
move
I
the
want to know their
microphone away
origin
from the
point.
webcam. It'll focus.
No, it won't. I tried.
Like move
I
it
just-
off camera.
I just want to know where they come from, Colin. Did they fucking descend from the heavens?
I already told you, lack of parental love.
But I'm not
I
gonna
think-
delve.
No, there's like 1,000 reasons why people like, as far as like internalizing media and projecting themselves so strongly. Because I mean, a lot of media is designed for you to project
Why'd
onto it.
Why'd I
I guess
Simpson?
that's true, yeah.
I don't know. You became Simpson.
Why did I
character.
become Simpson?
If anything, just turn your webcam off and turn it back on. But like, if it like a lot of media is meant to do that, but sometimes I feel like a lot of people take it like more than a couple steps too far, or they'll sort of interpret criticism of that thing as criticism towards themselves. Like you should feel
Yeah.
bad for liking this thing.
That
And I
is
think that's
super
very common.
Oh
Yeah, like, and I guess it comes from again that fact of like you if you go about looking at media trying to appreciate it. I guess the idea is like if you're the kind of person that looks for media in that way, where you're like, I'm gonna go, like oh, this thing that everyone hates. Well, I actually like this thing, and you know, oh my god, this is like super good. I don't know why everyone said this was so bad. And then suddenly you've kind of, I guess in a way, you've almost made yourself
good.
the underdog of the situation,
Sure.
where it's like I'm now the minority of this opinion, and now I have to like, now people who are criticizing it are criticizing me, or I perceive myself to be a minority in this opinion, and like, you know, that sort of builds this sort of disdain for that, for anyone who says otherwise.
I do get a rush telling people that Knights in the Nightmare on the DS is one of the best fucking games ever made. Holy shit.
I need to check that one out.
That shit makes me so happy. It's awesome, but you have to know everything. So the barrier to entry is a fucking gigantic wall.
It's like, this is great, and then behind you is a big like door that says however on the front of it.
Like, to learn the game, it literally has a tutorial mode, and it's just a fucking a checklist of like tutorials, and you have to do all of them to understand the game, and you still won't until you've done it in practice. It's wild, but you will be extremely brain turned on when you play the game and know everything.
I like being brain turned on.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about The Last Remnant, where The Last Remnant gives you no tutorial and you're just supposed to figure out how the systems work yourself, and everyone goes, this makes no sense, but if you know it, you're like, oh dude, like fucking chaining enemies, this makes so much sense now.
I feel like Vox would yell at me if I didn't tell you to play Saga, so I don't think she's here, but but I feel like in spirit I need to be the one to say you should probably play Saga game.
Everyone told me to play Saga, but guess what happens? Saga review, 30 minutes, 10 views.
Oh, you know, that's... Yeah, no, you're right.
$0 in my bank account. No bagels or cream cheese.
So...
I could make it work. I could probably do it.
That kind of, I guess, takes me into a bit of another thing.
Been dying for me to cover Saga for a while.
Do it. It's good. It's cool. The fucking pre-render... No. The pre-drawn or whatever they call backgrounds on the PS1 games looked fucking amazing.
Saga is poison. I streamed it. To me, Saga is poison in the best way, where I streamed it and Cullen was like, play it. So I start playing it and I'm like, oh my god, this is everything I've wanted for such a long time. And Cullen's like, I know, right? You should keep playing it. And I'm like, I can't. Things are happening without my input in this game. I don't like, my completionist mind is like breaking. Like, I'm missing things that I could be doing. I have to like rewire myself to play it.
Which I guess could kind of get me to snowball into like a bit of another topic a little bit. So
here it comes.
No, that's in a little bit. I have a real banger waiting for you. It's kind of, this is just like off the fly. But you kind of brought up a little bit of a semblance of it. GC talked about it a little bit, but it's like, okay, you play, like you go outside your comfort zone in the short amount of time in which you actually, he's frozen. No, now he's back. In the short amount of time that you're not working, which from what you kind of say isn't, you don't have a lot of free time. You grind. Yeah. Oh, GC's gone now. Now GC is KBash.
Hang on, I'm fine.
Hey.
Now GC is... Oh, no, now GC's GC again.
Don't worry about me.
All right.
Don't worry about me. If you see my webcam freaking out, I'm just tweaking something.
No. Because when you do that, you two switch.
Oh,
spots
cool.
Based on
really?
Yeah.
So if I do this, now
yes,
KBash is me?
KBash is you now.
Oh my god, awesome.
I keep rising and falling.
Yeah, in the that was awesome.
All right. But anyway, so... How, in your experience, what's it like when you're like, you have your free time and you're maybe trying to play something new? Do you ever like have those moments where you're like trying to like, oh, let me play this for myself? Wait, what if I want to make a video about this?
Dude, I'm gonna fucking ruin everyone's estimation of me really quickly. Okay, check this shit out, right? I got the fucking subscribers. I got the Patreon. We're rolling. We're good. But the problem is I got to keep up every day. Okay, sure. Complication. I actually have free time and I can't play Magic at my friend's house because they have a wife and they're doing stuff. Okay, sure. So I sit down to play Ghost of Tsushima because it's free on PS Now. Play for 5 minutes. Literally disgusted because I just can't bring myself to enjoy something that isn't for work or anything. And I turn it off in 5 fucking minutes. And I sit there like I should be doing work right now.
Because your job is playing video games.
Yeah.
So like if you're gonna play games, you might as well play the fucking game for the video you're gonna do. Yeah. You know you're gonna have fun anyways, even if you're not in the mood to play it right now anyway.
Literally that, like, and the thing is, by the way, that sounds like maybe you ruined yourself, but I was like this before, all the way back to when I was 23 in university or whatever. I was sitting there like, I'm not writing, I'm not being a YouTuber, I'm just in school and I'm about to head out into the workforce and I fucking hate my life. I don't know what the fuck, and I was miserable and depressed, just sitting around all the time playing like World of Warcraft, like vegging out.
Oh my god.
And that was
That's a
like all I
nightmare.
did, and I was depressed the whole time. So it's just like, if I'm not doing something, I'm just miserable. It sucks.
You're like caught in like this productive loop, and now that
Yeah.
video games is part of your productivity, the few moments you're like, I can play a video game, you're like,
Yeah.
but like this is like I could be doing this for productive reasons.
Or I could be
Yeah.
doing something else that's productive instead.
Exactly. You know what I did yesterday? I was assembling footage for No More Heroes video or whatever, and every like 2 minutes of assembly, I would cut into Evernote, the web app, to write up notes about my Dungeons and Dragons politically sophisticated campaign I'm trying to write. And I'm just sitting there writing like all these fucking notes, like this is super serious, dude, and just like come back to work. And it's like I have to be productive, but it gave me energy. So what the? I guess it's okay. But it's pain,
Like, so
oh
you said you basically you work every day. Do you like actually give yourself days off, or is
I
it more
don't.
like a couple hours off?
I quite literally wake up and I have my schedule written out, right? So it says like,
Oh, that's
you know,
good, because I
place.
was actually going to ask you like,
So
what's
in
your
case
schedule
anyone's
like?
wondering who's a KBash fan, my literal fucking my note app on my computer has every day of the month written, and it has a task written beside every day of the month. So place footage, edit footage, film and music, extras, credits, render, Patreon upload, plus cut the next set of footage. Like, I'm so regimented, it's disturbing, but highly efficient.
It is. I was about to say like,
Yeah.
holy shit, like you're getting shit done at the very least. Like
I
my
have
schedule is literally waking up and going. I guess I could do the audio for this today. Yeah.
to be fair, because I feel like I discourage people a lot when I talk about my schedule. I wasn't always like this. I could barely get one done every month, right? I was
Yeah.
teaching while I was fucking doing YouTube, and it sucked. I hated it. But, oh god, I would just come
No,
home
like quite the
depressed.
contrary. That's inspiring as hell. I
It
mean, everybody
is.
turns out like I've asked a lot of people this question before, and it turns out everyone has like a completely different way of going about it. Like I know somebody who like goes, "Oh yeah, like I work 5 days a week, and then on my 2 days off, I spend 10 hours working on this, and then everything
Holy
else is
shit.
set, whatever." Like I have people who I know people who are like every chance I get, I'm working on a video. So
Yeah.
like it's like an hour
We
break
have
at
one of
work.
them in this call.
Yeah, there's
Dang.
Colin. Yeah.
Dude, every hour, that's amazing. I
Yeah.
like, because that's the thing. Like, everyone does it differently, as you say. Like, time, how you manage your time is unique. Because if I were at work teaching or something, and I had to write, and I had a break, and I could write my video, I would not do it because I'd be like, I'm too anxious about being at work to do other work.
You're not in
You
the
know what I mean?
perfect. You're not in the perfect moment.
To an extent. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? You're right. I have the privilege of being at home while I'm doing all this, which is part of why I'm so productive.
Yeah.
Like, I can
I'm-
go to the bathroom when I want. So
It's something people have to learn actually, where they have to stop waiting for a perfect moment to do
Very
the things
true.
that they've been wanting to do. I've actually learned that a lot in
Yeah.
like the last couple of years.
that's
KBash,
super true of writing. Also.
Back up a little bit.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
people can just go to the bathroom when they want, right?
Dude, I think I have a mental hang up about that shit. I really hate going to the bathroom in public.
Oh.
I tortured myself at work for years, like not going to the washroom. Like,
Oh
Holy
my god.
I'm not well, dude. Like,
That you have an iron will, because I'll shit anywhere, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck who ruined me because I don't. shouldn't
Except
be like this.
outside. I can't go outside. I've tried.
Fair.
I've tried peeing outside. I can't. Do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it depends if the bathroom's like really gross, then I'll just
I
like
did pee out of a moving van once.
Okay.
People saw.
Dude, that's sweet. That's dude shit. Let's go.
I tried to. I had to. I was with my family. It was not glamorous.
I was
I
like, that's. Oh god.
We were wine tasting, and we got caught in a traffic jam between one winery and the next. And I said, I gotta pee. So everyone told me just pee out the sliding door of the van. So
Oh
I
my
opened the
God.
sliding door. We're in a traffic jam. Everyone's going like a mile an hour.
and then
I'm
like do a
trying to
pussy you
pee.
won't.
and yeah, I have my dick out and I'm trying to pee, and I'm like, all right, but don't look at me. I'm telling it's my fucking parents, my aunt and my uncle and my girlfriend. I'm like, all right, but don't fucking look at me while I'm trying to pee out this van. Just keep having whatever conversation you were having. So they start talking, and I'm like really trying to focus on peeing, but I can't. And I hear the conversation die out behind me, and I can feel everyone looking at me. And I'm like, dude, don't fucking look at me. And I start laughing, and they start laughing, and eventually they actually go back to the conversation, and I start peeing, and I start laughing while I'm peeing. So now the peeing is coming out in spurts, and as I start peeing, we're getting out of the traffic jam. So I start drive-by pissing on someone's lawn, and I felt so bad.
Is this the vibe?
Yes, this is 100% the vibe.
I
have a very weird life.
I've heard a bit worse. I'm not gonna. It doesn't phase me that much. Just kind of a little bump in the road. I've heard the McDonald's story.
You've heard the butt naked at McDonald's.
I've heard the butt naked at McDonald's story.
I've led a very colorful life. I like to say. I'm very happy to say. I came out all right, all things considered.
Fair.
So I have my list of questions, and I don't know how to smoothly transition whatever the fuck that was.
You should ask that question, and then I have to use the bathroom.
All right. Okay. Cool. So, KBash, kill, marry, fuck, Sonic, Mario, Tingle, go.
What the fuck? Wait, ew, no. Oh no.
Have to answer.
Wait, hang on. Kill, marry, wait. Kill, marry, fuck.
Sonic, Mario, Tingle.
Marry Tingle, kill Sonic, fuck Mario. I want to go on a mustache ride.
That's wrong.
I'm
Go
gonna
away.
incite a lot of questions from my audience, but fucking marry Mario, kill Tingle, and fuck Sonic. It's not
That's
even a
it! You got it right!
It's not even a question.
Kill Tingle because he deserves nothing. Marry Mario, he has lots of money. And fuck Sonic because it's fast, you'll get it over with, you move on.
Well, you know, Sonic of all those characters is weirdly probably the least repulsive, honestly.
Yeah, I also agree that Mario's kind of repulsive. I hate Mario.
Yeah,
Like,
I hate Mario too.
I
use
hate
him in all my videos.
I'm sure you've grown to hate him even more now. I just see his smug fucking face in everything he's in. He's just the worst.
I was just never a fan of Mario. You know, I don't know why, because he's like technically part of my iconography now, but I've never reviewed a Mario game, I don't think, properly.
If you had to review one Mario game, which one would you review?
It would probably be a joke review of Mario Party 4, because I fucking despise Mario Party. Sorry, fans who like Mario Party.
Just be glad the GC is not in the car right now.
Dude, I'm the worst at friend groups.
I agree with you. I hate Mario Party.
All I ever want to play with friends is Smash Bros. Or something else, but Mario Party makes my blood boil, because I feel like I have no control in the game.
You, well, it's not like you strike me. You're literally a self-proclaimed fighting game fan, so I can...
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, what are some, like... I mean, do you still play fighting games? Or are you a bit too preoccupied with work? Now that fighting games are no longer work for you?
Yeah, I mean, okay, in the... Smash Bros. I still play with friends, and there's like a local league that they're trying to get me to play, and I'll consider it, but we have a dude who literally beat like a top player, has taken games off a top player in my region, so I don't want to go. And he plays there, and if I were to play a fighting game right now, it'd be Soul Calibur, but I don't ever get the chance. I don't have time to get good again, and I feel like shit.
Do people still play that recent Soul Calibur game? I never played Soul Calibur.
Like Soul Calibur was always a more niche fan base than like Tekken or let's go to the actual ones that people care about, like Street Fighter.
It's like the melty blood of Tekken.
Holy, I don't know actually. I don't know. Huh.
He knows. He knows.
I don't know much about Melty except that people online really fucking love Melty.
Melty Blood is 100% like the little fighting game that could.
Yeah.
It's made by a ton of like, I think it's made by a ton of like amateurs or like a ton of like ex-developers from a studio.
A bunch of fucking amateurs.
And it looks like it's budget right? But it plays like a dream, and that's why people love Melty Blood.
Huh.
Like apparently it's one of the best fucking fighting games you can play.
That's really rare too. People hate every fighting game, even popular ones. Like Ultra Street Fighter 4 is still despised by like all kinds of people, and it's like that was one of the biggest games ever. Like what the.
That is literally like one of the most popular fighting games in history.
And they'll still be like fucking garbage, and it's like, ugh, I'm gonna strangle. I played Vega, by the way. Great.
Yeah, that makes sense. You kind of.
I'm a Chun-Li
you
guy.
styled your face and
I'm a
hair
Chun-Li
around
third strike
Vega.
guy.
That makes sense.
Vega is the shit, and also shit. Okay. Anyway.
No. Go back to Street Fighter though. Are you like a big Street Fighter fan? Do you or just 4?
I hesitate to say yes because 6 or 5's release was so bumpy on launch. I didn't pick it up, and therefore dropped Street Fighter on day 1 of that game's release.
Yeah, pretty much same.
I did go to Japan, right? Well, after my stint in Korea, I did Japan for 2 weeks because I was like, I need a reward after the worst shit of my entire life. And I fucking went to the Capcom bar and beat a dude in Street Fighter 5, and it was like he was like a Japanese, individual, and I was like, Street Fighter, it's fucking awesome.
Me go to Japan, find a Japanese individual, kill him on street.
It was so I felt like an asshole. Like I just walked up to some poor sucker and was like, "Hey, lose to me, idiot," and then I beat him.
Play Street Fighter 5 with me. Boom, done.
Now you'll get fired from your job and your family will leave you.
Oh, no. Dude, the bucket list was checked that day. Oh man, I did it.
Beat somebody at Street Fighter in a Japanese arcade.
Yeah.
I can die happily. That was the best day of my life.
That is honestly like a nice feeling.
Yeah, though
gotta be
Japanese arcades, like they smell like smoke. Holy fuck.
Yeah, because people just smoke in them.
I hate. Oh man.
Everyone's waiting for their next game like this. Like just fucking like hurry up, man. Hurry the fuck up.
I mean, at least it's better than like American arcades, which don't smell like anything because they don't exist anymore.
Woof.
Ooh,
So
got 'em.
They're barcades and they smell like barf.
I've always had this idea that I want to open an arcade. It's like a barcade, but instead it's like a cafe.
So
it's like
cafe arcade.
Cafe-cade.
I like that.
Yeah, and it's like you're selling like coffee to people and stuff, and then like, but you have some really cool like arcade machines.
Yeah, like
and stuff.
it's really nice. Bossa Nova's playing, and you're like sipping on.
And everyone's just like yelling the loudest, most vile shit.
And you hear people being like, "Oh, dude, second chick, fuck, damn, they got silent scope over here."
Oh no! It's fighting games.
And all you hear is the fucking like fighting game like sound effects like. Hadouken! Like you hear all of that in the background of this smooth jazz like cafe.
Because like every time I go to like an arcade, I'm usually just like, I want to drink coffee. I want the vibes to be a bit lower.
Mm-hmm.
But so it sounds like you're no stranger to, I guess, creative burnout. Or do you not hit burnout?
You and me?
Yeah.
Okay, I have. Oh Jesus, I have.
Because as soon as we were,
fun question.
Well, yeah, of course. As soon as we brought that up, like about like your work habits, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like burnout." But like,
well, I don't know what to say because like, burnout is such an interesting conversation on the internet, and from what I've picked up, because I don't feel I experience what other people talk about when they talk about burnout. I don't have days where I lie in bed, just like despondent or whatever, or walk around my home despondent. I am very much capable of doing work every day, and that has never changed, even when I hate it. Even when there's a day where it's like, this is too much. And I think it's because it's necessity. If I stop doing my show, there will be a point where that's a problem. So on I go.
I think money becomes a motivator.
Oh yeah.
In a big way. And at some point, like, I guess people don't think about it this way, but it's like before it becomes like that career, right? You still do your full-time job like at school or whatever, and that's like a 40-hour thing. And once it makes that switch, a lot of people realize, like, at least for me, it's like when I'm working, when I'm doing the thing that I need to make money with, I can do it. Like I just, it doesn't matter what day, it doesn't matter how much I've been working. Like I go to work, I do my job, like easy.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I definitely feel like burnout is a result of like being like creatively spent. But if there's enough motivation to sort of back you up. There's certainly things you can do with content creation that isn't entirely creatively like focused. Like I feel like certain things like assembly or listening to audio
Yes.
and editing audio, like a lot of that is over time monotonous anyway. So on the days where
Yeah.
you're not really feeling it, it's like that stuff is actually some of the easiest
Yeah.
stuff you can do.
That's worth noting. You can strategize around burnout. And sorry, I don't want to cut you off again, Cole, because I
No,
see you
you're
going
good.
for a point. But
No, I never
one
have a
thing that was
point.
interesting, one thing
Head
that was
empty.
interesting this year was someone talking about burnout and mentioning that they thought the primary cause was lack of autonomy in the situation. Like they felt trapped and having to do something was now too much because it was like also draining as shit. That's really interesting to me because I feel like I don't have autonomy in the sense that I have to keep the machine going, but I have autonomy in the sense that I can choose what I do when I do it. Like I can shuffle my days around, or I can cover this or that instead of like I don't have to cover fucking Mega Man. I can cover I can cover Bomberman. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
it's like there are choices.
Mhm.
You can
you
extend your autonomy.
okay? So you do typically like you're able to like move your work days around to do different things, or
Occasionally, yeah. Like this past schedule, I moved instead of assembling one day, I did audio editing for another huge chunk of the thing instead, which sucks ass. But it was a shake up instead of doing it 3 days and then 3 days like of the
Yeah.
same task. Just misery. Fucking,
so while we're in this, I actually had this as one of my questions. So okay, I am actually pretty curious because what's your process like lined out like? And I kind of want like to just see it from like someone else, who, especially you who like juggles so many different projects and schedules. Basically, the normal stuff of like you got your footage recording, you got your writing, you got your like audio recording, and then you have to edit it like audio and that. So like,
yeah.
so you start with like your footage recording, or like how far in advance do you record your footage, or like you play the game before you actually get around to writing it?
Okay. Shit. I feel. Let's go. Okay. I'll start.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking because I've answered this question like 30 times.
I'm sorry.
but- No, it's fine. It's just a lot of info, so I'm gonna dump because I like
No,
doing that.
that's what we want. You're
Okay, good.
filling content. It's
Watch me make
free.
content.
We're using you for
We're
it. It's
using
fine.
you.
I'm a-okay with
Using
that.
you for content.
Now, so I start. You ask about recording games. I'm literally recording the Souls games right now, and I'm doing that. That video is coming out in July, and I just wrapped all of the Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, like Demon Souls to 3. So
Ooh.
I usually work about a month or 2, or sometimes 3 in advance in terms of recording. But everything after that is the month it's coming out. So 2 days before I start a schedule. So it's the 28th of March. I'm cutting the footage for the video that's going to start in April, right? So I cut the footage out by laying it all in Premiere. I scrub the entire thing and just cut up good shit. And that's really good because it gives you a brain blast for all the stuff that you forgot about 2 months ago, and find all the funny bits, and you can cut them out too.
Okay,
And
so that
lay them out on different parts of the thing.
so that's
what?
interesting. So
Yeah.
not to cut you off, but
go
so
ahead.
when you're in the before you even start writing, you skim your footage.
Yes, because it's so easy to forget so much about the game that I don't want to have an incomplete, even though it will be incomplete necessarily. It's my own take. I want the most complete version of my take. So, you know.
That's fair. Now
You don't watch every second. Let's be clear
Oh,
about this.
yeah.
Because it's like an
You
11-hour
skim.
Ninja Gaiden playthrough. Fuck that.
Of course.
You know?
Unless you're GC, he has his own stuff.
Fuck.
No, he rewatches whole cutscenes.
That's okay. That's different. Cutscenes
No.
are fine because that's
Not when it's Yakuza.
When I scrub, I move. When I scrub for footage, I am like a snail. I
Okay.
record like 8-hour long recordings, and I have like 20 of them. I don't label them, so I just have them by day. And
Yeah.
somehow in my mind, I remember what day I got the specific thing I needed. And
Huh.
I just go back and I'll scrub an 8-hour thing per 15-second bit. So I'll just
Okay.
like do that.
Fair,
And,
fair.
and that's why video editing takes me forever.
Now,
Huh.
do you tend to label your footage, or
No.
do you just keep it generic?
It's all just done in a line, right? Like it's 1 hour blocks on
Okay.
my Elgato or whatever, and just this time, next time,
Yep.
ad nauseum.
Yep. So yeah, because I was gonna ask that because I've talked to a lot of different people about this, and everybody does it differently, and they all have their own unique little processes about how they begin to record footage. And like this might be like boring to people from the outside who don't like know how the sausage works, but I think it's fascinating because it
There's
shows
enough people in the chat.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
my viewers who are also video makers. Yeah.
Oh, good. But yeah, because like I always think it's really interesting. Everybody's process for the very small details is always different. Like
Yeah,
I would used to record like in 5-hour sessions, just have huge video chunks, and then like
All my friends make fun of me for that.
no, we were like you win at the end of the day when I'm sitting here can't find footage, but like I had it even worse because what I would do before I knew how to actually really edit like efficiently is I'd take all my footage, I'd dump it all into the Vegas timeline.
yeah.
Literally the whole, so like I have my video and then like 50 hours of gameplay footage on the timeline, and I just keep having to go to the end of the timeline and then go back and then keep doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But okay, so but that's interesting that you actually take time of the video making process just to find the good bits.
Well, and it's really important because I do a lot of annoying gags that sometimes people hate and sometimes people love, but you need it. You need to do that to find every good gag. Because
Yeah.
there's so much to pillage in games. They're fucking funny. Just developers are
Yeah.
funny people. You know? Like, so much gold can be missed by not taking that time, and I have done it and I have regretted it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not taking
yeah.
the time to cut. Yeah.
Of course. So so you do that like before, so like at the beginning of the month or like the beginning of the 2-week stint you give yourself.
Specifically, the 2 days at the end of the schedule are labeled Patreon and public, where I upload to Patreon and I upload to the public the day after. And on Patreon and public day, I cut and cut. Usually, like lay this shit out, cut through that shit.
So like you don't even give yourself like a time to be like, oh, okay, cool, that's done. Time to go. Like,
You
no,
know-
you're already like moving on.
Admittedly, okay, if I do a 13 or 15-minute video, the process is shorter than if I do a 30-minute video. So sometimes I'll create a day or two out of the ether, or 4.
I was gonna say, how much do you love yourself when you're making like those like little smaller videos and then you're just able to be like, oh.
I want to say yes, but at the same time, because it doesn't pay off in the end, it just pisses me off more. I want to fucking retire already. I'm 30. See you in 35 years when I'm a shriveled husk. Anyway, dead.
So then
or dead.
so
Whatever.
about like a month before you play the game, usually in like your week schedule, is it like you're playing multiple games at once while editing the current video, or is it just like I'm just
Well, let me tell you. So
Yeah,
every single day's every single morning of my day, right? Like I wake up, I do work, I eat food. So between wake up and dinner, I do my video work, like assembly that day. And at the nighttime, I play the game I'm playing. And I will play
Okay.
that game until it's done. No exceptions. It goes down. So like Dark Souls 1, fucking down. Got stuck in a boss. I don't give a shit. Let's look up the guide. We're getting it done. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Super.
Yes.
I know that sounds weird, but like,
No.
I don't know. My mother was like that too. Like when I grew up, she was also a fairly regimented person, like no bullshit woman. So like, I feel like that is really normal to me, but some people are like, you sound like a drill sergeant about yourself. And it's like, you have to be to survive this fucking economy, dude.
like
It's not healthy
you
out
can
there.
literally just like look
Ugh.
at your output and get it. It all
No.
makes sense.
I know. Yeah. Why is KBash fucking insane? Let's talk about it. It's just kidding.
Okay, let's talk about that.
No, let's not. Wait.
Okay,
I didn't
let's
finish
not.
the talk.
You
We
didn't.
talk about the rest of it.
That is the answer to the question. Keep going.
I don't-
That's why
My
KBash is insane. The schedule. So
God
next,
damn it.
how long
I
do you
worked
give
so
yourself
hard.
to write?
Okay.
Ooh.
I give myself 2 days in the worst case. I give myself 4 days in the best case. I know that sounds fucking nightmarish, but it's true.
So is that like for every video, even the really long ones?
Literally one exception, and that exception was Diablo back in the day. I gave myself about a week to do the entire
Wow.
script. And that's
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Wow. See, I just write until I like feel like it's done.
You know, that's the thing is I want to do that. I don't want to use the word luxuriate because that sounds
No.
dismissive to people who care. I don't feel like I can give myself time to luxuriate, and I'll tell partially why. Is though a lot of my viewers are, and especially my patrons, are like more tuned in to nuance or whatever, and they've told me so too, you know, in messages or whatever. I feel like the broader audience on YouTube does not give a shit if I say something smart or dumb, because they're gonna drag me up my ass anyway.
Oh yeah.
And reduce me to absurdity anyway.
Yeah.
So I might as well just reduce myself to absurdity as expediently as possible.
Yeah. It's like why would I you kind of think about it as it's like am I breaking this down for me or am I breaking this down for them? If I'm going to be breaking this down and at some point it stops being for me, then I stop breaking it down.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is like I'm doing No More Heroes right now, and I'm having this crisis because there are people who very much give a shit about the entirety of the Sudaverse and whatever, but I can't make that 5-hour video for them because that's, first of all, I'm an outsider. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. I'm an outsider to that entire ecosystem.
Right.
There are people who will come to this series like me. I might as well write for me and the people coming from my perspective. It is not my job to be a paragon or arbiter or whatever, like herald or harbinger of this community.
Of course.
When it comes to content creation, you are your primary audience. Everyone else is your secondary audience.
Yeah, sure. And I feel like people...
That pisses people off sometimes, but
it does, but it really shouldn't. Like, I feel... I've kind of like grown into this a bit, but I feel like the outsider perspective, I don't give a fuck about the context behind this work. What do I think about this? That has so much value.
Allegiances. I did not grow up with this. I did not follow this along. I do not know the creators in any meaningful, like, I don't know anything about them in any meaningful way that would change my opinion about how hard they worked on it.
Yeah, and
this is what I think about this thing.
And I'm definitely saying, like, don't educate yourself on context, because that can be very fascinating. But it's like, that's a perspective I feel like we need more from, but you'll always see people make these kind of videos where it's like, I don't know this series, and this is what I think about, like, these games, and you've made quite a few of them. And, like, I'm sure you've had people get on your ass for, like, not agreeing with big popular opinion on thing.
Right. Well, and that's part of the weird... So, like, all things being equal, it is virtuous, I guess, to know as much as you can about a series or work, for sure. But, like, part of the issue is that, like, I don't swim in the cultures of these games anyway, where a lot of people do, or they've been, like, around this shit for so long that they know the opinions, and I often just don't. I didn't know what people thought about Persona 3 reviewing Persona 3, because it was like, I just played the game. I don't care why the fuck would I care what, like, the community consensus on the game is? That doesn't affect my playthrough.
Yeah.
Like, what? I have work to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? No offense, by the way, to those people. Like, I'm glad that there are community figures and communities about these things, sure. But I'm not, again, I'm not a paragon of those communities.
Of course.
Yeah. It's also like, you know, knowing where you come from, because I feel like it's more dishonest to come from it with this idea is like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to be talking about because I'm coming at it with like this experience or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no.
And
like,
you can like, from some people, they're going into this saying like, I'm going to be the blank guy. Like I like, but you're not, like, it's people trying to be what they're not. But also and that comes from this fear of like not knowing the popular takes. And that's so boring, I think,
yes,
typically. And it's like,
really.
I love seeing people's opinions on stuff that's, they're just like, I bought a game. This is what I thought about it. I don't need to, like, I'm next month, I'm making a video on Rune Factory. I very much could be like, all right, time to play a little bit of every single game before I play 5. I'm not going to fucking do that.
No.
I'm sure there's so many memes and all this shit that I could like grab from. And it's like, but that's like the regular person. I worked at GameStop for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And I had those moments when I would try to explain the history of all this stuff, because I used to be that guy who was like,
you had to sell that guy. You had to sell that thing to somebody.
But also it was like a personal thing. Like when I was the Steins Gate guy or whatever, I would try to like explain this and all this stuff, and it's like, I don't fucking care.
You know what it is? It's not here. I want to reframe that, because it's not that they don't care. Here's the way you should put it. It's not anyone's job,
Yes.
except for the most hardcore fan of this thing,
And it's not your
which
job.
content creators exist.
And it's not your job either, unless you're getting paid. Don't do free promotion for
Sure.
anybody.
It is not, but it is not our job. Like, content creation, as far as like making things because you want to make it, because you want to talk about the game or whatever, it is not your job to catalog every single thing, and people don't expect you to. And I think that's important to understand, is like, the reason they don't care is not because they don't care about what you have to say. It's that, not like, no one's clicking on your video, or should be clicking on your video, to be like, this person better tell me every single thing I need to know about this game. Because if you tried to do that, you would get what a lot of people get, and it's a massive pushback of like, okay, this was a lot and I didn't need all of this.
Yeah.
For sure.
And like, I feel like over time in my experience, it's like you like, I've learned that it's like, because I used to be that way. It's like, I need to tell everybody, like with the Dragon Quest stuff, it's like, I need to tell everybody with like every single change that happened in the drag from game to game, and I need to make sure that it's this and this. And then eventually I realized it's like, most of that stuff kind of comes through by the fact that you didn't mention it.
Oh,
right?
dude. Oh man, so I wanted to. Can I go off on a bit for a little bit? Not to take away, but like that's really interesting. When I started, I made a video, I think 3 videos in, about Magi Nation Game Boy game, and in that video, in my brain, I'm like, people who are watching this like video games, so I don't need to tell them how to play a turn-based RPG. And one of the first comments I got was, "You didn't even explain how to play the game," and I'm like, "Well, isn't it fucking?" And it's like, no. You gotta. So like, I've been struggling for years to strike a middle ground between feeding less and more information, like the correct amount of information.
Finding a way to deliver the same amount of information in a way that doesn't require you to actually say everything out loud.
Yeah. I hate telling people that you can press like X to do a light attack in Devil May Cry. That pisses me off, but I have to do it because I talk about the buttons in an action game. It just happens. It's like, it pisses me off though.
I feel like I'm blessed with a cool thing where, because I'm covering one series, I've learned that I don't have to mention it, because I get to just act as though they've been watching the whole time in certain places where it's like, I'm just going to talk about the combos. Or like, if I don't mention a specific part of the game, from one video to the next, the assumption is like, not much has changed.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not noteworthy.
Dude, someone also in my Dead Space video, someone was like, you didn't even use like side weapon attacks, like extra attacks, because every weapon has 2 fires.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the fucking worst.
And I'm like, how the fuck do you think I beat the game, you fucking idiot? Like, of course I used
have to.
Idiot.
You have to. That's how you shoot their legs off.
And like, that also just like adds this kind of like, these people are like, you didn't play the game, or like, and you did though, but there are, I'm sure you've gotten it quite often, where it's like, you didn't play the game how I did, or like, you didn't play optimally.
Shit.
And it's like
my literal nightmare. My living nightmare.
It's like,
oh my god,
bro. I have the exact opposite problem, where people don't believe me when I tell them I didn't do any grinding in this, and they're like, bullshit. It's a turn-based RPG, God. And I'm like, no, I didn't.
Dude,
you're too good at this game. You fucking are cheating.
Dude.
What the
it's like, I don't think you've ever played this game before.
I just wrapped footage and like writing on a game where I had to spend like over 15 hours grinding. I fucking hate RPGs, dude.
Are you talking about Monarch?
Yeah, fuck Monarch. That game's garbage trash. But I'm not here talking about my stuff. Anyway, but like, what were we going on about?
We were talking about like, conveying information and stuff
but
like that.
And not to like gas you up or anything, Mr. Bash, but I think like watching your videos did kind of like, it sounds weird to say like win me over, but that because like pretty much all your like videos are like in some way saying that it's like, I don't know what this is. I dove in. There's all this context this context of fan culture, and I just went in, and this is my perspective, and it's always the stuff, because you watch like so many Persona videos, and again, no shade. I have to say that so they don't come for me. Or like SMT videos, for example, where it's like, all these jokes. you want all
right.
the,
I did all the jokes that were on the list. I hit all of
yeah.
them. I'm good.
Yeah, it's like I got all the expected jokes done. But
That's so
it's
fucking annoying.
but
Oh
it's
shit.
so refreshing to see someone new come in, and like they'll get backlash from some like the hardcore fans for like again
Yeah.
not agreeing, but it's like and now I'm always like just thinking it's like wow, I just want to see opinions. Like I guess this is my kind of thing to anyone writing out there. It's like just write for yourself. Like don't feel like
Yes.
you have to write for a community.
Yeah. I was
it's-
gonna say
And if you don't, right.
they say one of the most like the best ways to like make stuff is to make stuff you want to make, and in terms of like YouTube content specifically, it's like make videos about things you want to know more about, like as a curiosity, right? And I feel like maybe a lot of your content might come from that, where it's like sure you might pick something, but you pick something that has at least a mild level of like yeah fuck it, I don't know anything about this, like
Yeah.
yeah sure,
Yeah. for
I want to
sure.
find out.
And
Like-
I always get this like kind of like sense that you're like it's not like you like went in expecting to hate X, Y, or Z. So that's why it's kind of interesting. And it's like, I mean, have you ever gone into like a project where you're just like, oh, I'm probably not gonna like this one?
Oh god. Holy shit. Dude, no, okay. What's interesting is we just had that convo about like whatever, like feeling like I dive in like not okay. I used to mostly do shit that I had played, right? But
Yeah.
I ran out of shit that I had played and started, playing new things. I had never played BioShock or whatever, like never played, oh god, all the DMC series and all that. And it's just like I've also learned, partially is that I have to be polite to people's stuff that they love very much that I've never experienced before and I don't have the full take on. But at the same time, yeah, you're right. There are games where I went in expecting to hate it or expecting to love it, and it was totally reversed.
Yeah.
I went in expecting to adore Metroid Prime. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I fucking was my best friends fucking adore that game to death. Every one of them loves that game, and I was miserable the entire time. And it's not the game's fault. Sometimes it's a mindset issue. When you force yourself through every on a chopping block, you have to also be open to maybe this is my fault or whatever. Maybe all things being like whatever, like the context was bad. Maybe my eyes were too dry. But I also
maybe
didn't
you
like
were
Dark
maybe
Siders.
you were tired, and maybe you were just
played
like,
it wrong.
Fuck.
Maybe
Yeah,
you did, maybe it is your fault.
Yeah. Well, that was funny. What was funny about Prime is that I felt like I shouldn't go on a tangent about Prime, but I felt like I could ignore every encounter in the game aside from the bosses, and that wasn't ever punished or a problem. And if I did fight, it was only a negative because you weren't rewarded with anything except drops to refill what you lost in combat. So I was personally frustrated, and I had a critical line about that, and people were upset that I was being an asshole. And it's like, look, I say whatever you want. I'm not saying the game is shit. I'm just saying this is something I've noticed, and I don't think there's really an excuse for it. That's it. Like
Sometimes biting commentary is well and good. Sometimes you should be able to just be like,
Yeah.
hey, I think this was shit, and hey, like that's what you thought about it.
Yeah.
You thought it was
Yeah.
fucking shit.
And that's okay. And one more thing, also, I don't want to overtalk, but I really hate.
We
that, like, there are a
literally
lot of
got you
people out
on the
there-
show to talk. Do not.
There are a lot of people who assume that I just am like, this or that is shit. I'm like that kind of person. Like, this game is shitty. Your game that you love is garbage. I hate your thing, and I'll tell you that to your face. But I'm not like that at all. In real life, I will literally never tell you that the thing you like is garbage. I'll be like, oh, that's cool. Hey, Neek, what do you like about it? And then ask you questions because I want to feel the love. And sometimes I bounce off stuff, but that's a private experience, not public. You know?
I think it's like with video stuff. It's like you kind of try to write it as though you're having a conversation with someone, but you're never really having a conversation with someone. So at some point, you do have to like. It's more of like I'm writing an opinion piece, or I am speaking to a forum of people. There is no actual like dialogue happening, so I'm just going to monologue about how I feel about something, and that leads to certain statements like, hey, I think the boss fights in this game are fucking garbage, and like. And like people, I feel like we've a lot of people have forgotten that it's like in a real world scenario where you're having a conversation with someone about the game, you're not just gonna be like, really, you like that game? That game's a piece of shit. Like, you're not gonna do that because you're actually having a conversation and exchanging opinions. Like no one's sitting there like you know, it's a different context. It's a different like form of speaking. So obviously you're gonna have scenarios where you come off that way, and it's sort of scary to think like people, you know, some people really do. They listen to you make a comment about something, and they just assume that your way of looking at something is so incredibly like in one direction. It's like, no, it's just this is the stuff that stood out, and I'm trying to talk to you in 30 minutes as
Yeah.
opposed to having a 2-hour conversation with you in a Discord call, right?
For sure. And like, what do these people when they run D&D? Do they play like all like the whole party is rogues? Like when they play Smash, everyone picks Ganondorf. Like, is that like you? What happened to diversity? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we should celebrate that people are different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like
I'm gonna
there
say
are
something different.
and there are
Yeah.
experiences that even if you're like you played Metroid Prime and you're like this wasn't for me, but that doesn't mean you should shut up.
I still
Like-
think Metroid Prime is cool too.
Yeah,
It's, like
it-
it's badass. It looks sweet.
Yeah, it's like just because you are saying like, oh, okay, this wasn't for me. I played through all this. I
Yeah.
know it wasn't for me. But like there's conversations that can be like come from that.
For sure.
And it's like that's the kind of stuff that I just like I want to know more about, because you could listen to a fan explain why Ocarina of Time is the greatest game ever made, and then you're like, all right, there's the pile.
Sometimes I wonder too if this shit goes back to like literature, like lit crit from English class or whatever. Because like I'm often having that debate in my head of like, how much do I lean into new criticism and how much do I lean into new historicism? Like, should I care about the work as a standalone product, or should I care about the factors concerning the creation of the work? And I'm trying to balance that, because I used to be hard, like, no outside factors, only what's in front of me. And I'm moving past that a bit because the industry still exists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't discount that Suda was given no money for fucking
Yeah.
No More Travis Strikes Again. I can't.
It
ignore
didn't
that.
get made in a vacuum where he had
Yeah.
unlimited
Thank you for the gift sub,
everything,
Japan
right?
May.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Say what? Wait.
I was thanking
There's
someone in
someone
chat.
gifted a sub. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
So like,
Old man,
like-
you don't know the rules of Twitch. But continue.
Oh.
and like yeah, like oh fuck, no, I had it and I lost it.
You banned
No.
someone. How bad was
back.
it?
Come back. What was I gonna say?
Oh, it was just it wasn't a bad thing. It was like
What were we talking about? It was
was an
a
ad?
follow bot.
Oh, good.
yeah.
Dang, you had me
What was I
interested
gonna
for a
say?
second. I was like,
Shit.
oh man, I missed it.
I need to be more vitriolic. That'll attract the haters.
What were we talking
Uh,
about?
Kingdom Hearts is cool and 3 is really good.
You're right though.
I know.
Welcome to the Kingdom Hearts cast. Now GC gets to be excluded. So, KBash, why is Kingdom Hearts 3 the best one?
I don't know. It just touched my heart, bro. It unlocked the door in my heart.
I
And I was
didn't.
like,
wasn't
I'm
it?
feeling things-
Wasn't it great how you could play it and go, "Wow, video games are cool."
I know, dude. I sucked in hair and almost choked myself. Holy shit. Okay, no, 2 is really great, right? Because it's this beautiful, like, it feels like it's in the vein of DMC, especially when you get into the hardcore stuff. But 3 is so fun and cool and cute and adorable and lovely and warm. And I played it like right at the end of the year, and it was just like, I'm alone, and it's New Year's, and I'm beating Kingdom Hearts 3.
And
Life is good.
I'm sure you had the opposite experience as you did with P5, where like you marathon all the fucking Kingdom Hearts games, and you're just like, oh god, now it's the contentious one, and then you're like, oh,
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, that series. No, okay, that series grew on me dead ass. Like when I started, I was more miserable than when I ended, by far. And it's not because KH1 is bad or aged or what. It was just hard on my fucking hand because I was video editing like a nightmare, and that game in particular is mashy as shit, and just ruined. Like here, pain, true pain. 2 was just as bad for that, to a minus like 1 or 2 points. And then I got into the RPGs and shit, and then it got fucking weird and like creepy. But then as soon as I broke into what's it called, Dream Drop Distance, and the one before that, Birth by Sleep. soon
GC
as I
literally can't contain himself. He hates Kingdom Hearts so fucking
sorry,
much.
I'm sorry.
No. I like this. Keep going.
Just like playing them all started
Thank you for
bad
the
and
other
got
gift,
so much
gift
better.
sub.
Even though admittedly I not dunked, but like
Kingdom Hearts 2 is genuinely better than Kingdom Hearts 1. I will say that.
I rebuked the stories in the end, kind of. Like, I think in that video, but at the same time, I still think there's value in them.
Yeah.
But it's not
They're
the same
fun.
value that I would expect from other things because of the corporate nature of the work. If you ask, that's probably contentious.
No,
but
who
whatever.
cares?
You know what I mean?
We
Now
literally
you're
just spent
preaching
an
to both of us.
you literally just spent like we spent an hour being like our opinions are a bit different.
We're
Uh-oh.
We're a bit
like
quirky.
here's my take on Kingdom Hearts, right? It's like
Okay.
none of this shit like story wise, because I can't say anything about the gameplay. I actually think it's fine.
Okay.
I've played Kingdom Hearts 2. I love mechanically Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm sure the other games are somewhere in that same ballpark.
Oh yeah.
Like story wise, I feel like it's pretty trite. I feel like there's a lot of like base level superficial theming of like friendship and togetherness and stuff like that, and sometimes that's exactly what you want, but I also feel like it wants to be taken on a more deeper level. But
KBash and I are here like the friendship enjoyers.
but also
No.
largely it is also sort of like the same way I view how people view Transformers back in the day, where it's like you are
Yeah.
literally doing this to sell merchandise.
So
and, like,
that's the thing.
$600 cup.
And I don't want to cut you off, but it's because I'm from that like creative writing background where if I brought the script of Kingdom Hearts, like the concept of Kingdom Hearts to a creative writing class, they'd call me a fucking idiot and tell me to leave. Like it just on paper is like it should be not is necessarily, but should be both trite and cynical as a product because it's created out of Disney and Square having a merger situation. But what I was left with was something that was very strange. After playing them all back to back, it deeply impacted me in a way I didn't expect. And I think that's why I'm like less mean about it because I went through all of them, but it gets good 50, 60 hours later is not a very good sell to a human being.
It's like telling someone to read a 700-page book and it's like, oh yeah, but like that, like it's kind of middling the whole way through, but like those last 50 pages, like it's like, hey, just saying, I'm not getting 650 pages in.
Yeah. So I see the struggle for Kingdom Hearts fans. Plus, they're like Kingdom Hearts fans get treated like fucking dumbasses by like mass media in general. Like
GC.
It's so stupid.
I do not hang on. I only go after the ones who tell me that I'm reducing it to something. Right. You cannot possibly reduce Kingdom Hearts to anything.
It's like
it doesn't reduce to anything. like it is already at its smallest. Like yes, exactly. It is indivisible. Like I'm so glad you mentioned your creative writing background because I also like to tout that I come from that background too, where it's like I've had a lot of experience like just absorbing creative writing stuff and like getting into that, not professionally like you did, but like like as a. I mean, you were a fucking teacher. Like
Oh yeah, I guess that's well. No, I was okay. Let me clarify. I was never an actual. I didn't have my own class. I was only ever a substitute teacher.
Okay,
but
fine.
I did long-term contracts of upwards of 2 months.
Yeah. Okay.
So I technically yes and no.
We've spent a long time with creative writing. So for like if you've done any like learning of that, you look at a Kingdom Hearts story and you're like, there's so much like stuff here that is supposed to be subtext, but it's not. It's just literal like what it is. And and like even so, like you play through all of them and you probably still come away with this like sense of like, well, there is like a through line here of like someone being very dedicated to someone else, right?
And again, I don't want to cut you off, but because I read a piece by what's his name, Tim Rogers, one of his old written pieces where he reviewed Kingdom Hearts, and he mentioned that like no, like even though he was initially very like me,
skeptical,
old days, skeptical of Kingdom Hearts, he found that Kingdom Hearts his line was Kingdom Hearts is video games.
Yeah.
And as someone who's played a lot of games now, I get what he's saying when he says that. Like, I feel like Kingdom Hearts couldn't work anywhere but a video game.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But it does because it swims in its own like excesses and shit. It really is fantastical to experience all the way through for 600 hours. So get on the grind.
It's one of those things, right? Like it's one of those things of like eventually you've absorbed so much of it that it's like you have to see where it goes, which is where Cullen is at with this series.
I think it's amazing, and that's why I'm still here.
We have literally had a conversation where I was like, I think Kingdom Hearts is really dumb, and Cullen I'm paraphrasing, and Cullen went, haha, yeah, it is, it's great. And like, that is the reasons that
I guess
Hearts,
paraphrasing means lying now.
the reason that Kingdom Hearts completely just frustrates me are the reasons Cullen loves it.
Right. That totally makes sense.
And it's sort of that space of like, if you can appreciate it for what it is, like,
well, it's
it is, huh?
Oh, fuck you. No,
It's pornography.
it's kinography. Fuck off.
It's kinography.
It's okay.
No,
My actual opinion is less that it's dumb and more that it embraces how silly it is. And I like the word silly because silly is a less mean way to say dumb.
Yeah,
Sure.
A lot of people say genuine, and at this point, I'm starting to not know what genuine means because I think I've heard
I don't
that
think
so many
it's.
times.
I don't
Also,
think
because
it's
Mickey
very
Mouse,
genuine.
I think, kind of invalidates some of the quote genuine whatever of it.
I think all
that's
the
sort of
original
like my thing,
content
right?
is genuine. The theming, the stuff like that, and then every once in a while you get the weird Disney stuff. Like Mickey is my least
actually
favorite
think-
part of all of those games.
I actually think at some point the people who made Kingdom Hearts didn't want to work with the Disney IP and just wanted to do their original character stuff. And I actually think Kingdom Hearts is worse for the Disney elements. I love that the Disney elements are there. I actually feel like it's sort of like a catch-22 of like, if you get rid of this, it's not Kingdom Hearts anymore.
Oh yeah.
But also it probably would be better without the Disney elements at this point.
Right. And I really do adore their original work, just because it's really interesting after consuming so much of it for so long. But I only ever want to see the originals. I don't care about Final Fantasy or Disney anymore. Go away. I didn't say that. That's gonna get me lit on fire.
But it's true. Like
that.
if it was its own thing, I would probably be able to like revel in the ludicrousness of it. Like someone being like, who else am I going to eat ice cream with? Like I would laugh my ass off and I would clap and I would love it because I would be like, this is so bizarre. I think I'm into it. I think I'm into how bizarre it is.
I mean, you came to this kind of sentiment a little bit in your video, if I remember. It's kind of like well, you didn't let me finish. I was thinking, but it's kind of just the concept of like the fact that it has gone on this long. Even though it's such a tenuous connection, and the fact that it's still going, you can't help but kind of respect it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can't snuff out the power of light. That's impossible.
Or Disney money.
Oh my god.
I guess for me it really comes to Goofy. Sora, Donald, Goofy.
Dude, I love Goofy, dude. Fuck Goofy.
Goofy. Okay, can we get rid of
Someone clip that?
Get rid of all the Disney shit.
What?
Get rid of all the Disney shit, but keep Goofy.
Yeah, I'm okay with. Yeah, that's a trade. I'll take.
I'm not even lying. I feel like Goofy just works. I feel like Goofy just. You can put Goofy in anything, and he'll just work. Like he's already like sort of an outlier in his own media. Like it'd be fine. Like he is.
He became part of the Kingdom Hearts IP exclusive.
You know how like you know how Gorillaz borrowed that Powerpuff Girls character for that one album where he was like playing bass for them. He's just like one of the Green Gang like dudes.
Yeah.
Like just do that. Like oh, Goofy's in Final Fantasy. Why? Oh, he's on loan. He's on loan.
He's on loan, dude.
Yeah, it's fine.
They announced tomorrow that it's like Square Enix has officially bought Goofy. And it's like this like black and white shot as if he died. And it's just like
No, it's like a post like from like a football club, like Square Enix trades for Goofy.
And they give him
$35
like
billion 4-year contract, like something like that.
And they give Disney like Kefka or something.
What the fuck? Kefka? Ew. Not because Kefka's ew, it's just because he's a horrible man who poisons water. I didn't say that. That's
You're saying that's not ew?
That would be a perfect Disney villain, though.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Emperor's New Groove 3, Kefka Strikes Back. It's great.
They just insert him. No. It would be like he'd fill the same role, so it'd be like a Kefka movie.
Listen, tell me you don't want Kefka to have a Disney villain musical number.
You know, okay, that is actually flawless. I didn't even think of that shit. Oh my
Speaking
God.
of musicals,
See, we're not using this license enough. Kingdom Hearts 4 needs to have a Kefka musical number.
True.
speaking of musicals, you seem to be quite passionate at
You
musicals.
told us earlier.
Well,
Yeah.
I think this was before stream, or
Yeah.
when we
I
started.
don't know. Like,
Stream.
wait, what's the question specifically? So I don't.
Before
just
the
say
stream
Dude,
started, you
I'm
told us you
coming.
were a
I'm
big
coming
musical
up with it
fan.
as it goes.
What's
I'm
like
just
your
trying to get
favorite
content.
musical? You listen to
What-
musicals? You're like a musical dude?
Or like, what's your like? What makes you gravitate towards
Music person.
musicals?
I don't know why I like musicals per se. I just like when I was 15, I saw like a student production of Les Mis, and my mother plays actually in like a band, International Symphony Orchestra where I live. She is professional, but she was a music teacher as her main career, so she's not like hyper
Semi-pro. Semi-pro.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's if she's watching, I don't want to insult her. So, but I don't think she has a Twitch account, so she can't comment mean things about me. Anyway,
She's gonna send you a text.
Yeah, she just said in person.
So I got a lot of I was inundated by them a lot, but then they also captured me in a really weird way. I remember recording the student production I was listening to on my MP3 player, really shitty audio, and just playing it back. And I was in love with it. I don't know. And people are always like, "Are you a theater kid?" And I'm like, literally no. I was too scared to sing in front of people, and still am. Yeah, I won't sing in front of my friends or anybody. But I can also hit pretty good notes, so...
You'll just sing in front of, like, hundreds of thousands of people online.
I'm okay with that because I'm not in the room while it's happening.
Oh,
But
yeah,
a
no,
couple
that's...
people-
like, that whole mindset is, like, a lot different. Like, I
You
joke,
get
but
lost
that
in the
is, like...
performance at that point. You're just like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because even
But
though
people,
it's
like-
you, there's anonymity to it, whatever that word is,
Yeah.
however you say that.
Anonymity.
And then,
is
oh
the
yeah,
word.
I think you're cool because you can say words.
That's
But
right.
continue.
I'm a stickler. That's not true. Okay, anyway. Oh, fuck. No, people in my life will literally play that shit of me singing on the side channel, and I just have to leave the room. I can't fucking do it, dude. I can't be there. It's fucking cringe. No offense. Anyway,
Now, what's your opinion on cringe culture?
I am cringe culture, so
Good answer.
there you
I'm not.
Cringe culture is necessary. Maybe.
I'm not. I think cringe is bad. Anyway, does anyone want to watch my karaoke segments on all of my Yakuza videos?
We
No
want-
relation to the conversation. Totally irrelevant.
GC,
Oh,
sing for us right now.
Bakamite.
Yeah,
That's
Bakamite. Do that one.
Is that,
I was
is that,
trying to
is that
pick
what it's
another
called?
song.
Okay, pick another one then. Sing
It's
a...
Bakamitai.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
I
don't
have
think
never
so.
played a Yakuza game.
Baka Mate is
Mike-
Mate is
Mike
Michael Matei.
Michael
is a
Mate
drink.
with his
That's a guy.
guy with a...
got in
Did he get in trouble?
No, but he probably should have. If we're being
He
honest about it.
probably should.
I don't
have.
remember what he did besides the penis thing.
I'm not gonna
Oh
repeat it.
man!
Yeah, no, let's not. That's probably
I'll
not a good
show
idea.
you later.
Yeah, man, I got
It's
some hot
pretty.
fucking.
It's
tips for
pretty
you, bro.
fucking bad, dude. You want
Fair
to see
enough.
some comic strips that shouldn't have ever been published? Oh man!
Okay, we're going off topic. Shit.
We have been off topic.
Oh,
the
now
whole
we're
time.
going off.
Yeah,
topic.
now we're off topic.
Now I'm
Jenny like the
shading
Yakuza
people.
4 karaoke in the video. Thank you. I tried.
Fair.
But
Who's-
speaking of other creators influencing you, like
Yeah.
Mike, just kidding. Okay, so obviously most of us have like the couple videos we saw when we were dumb teenagers that kind of trickled into us developing styles of some sort. What you have your hand up?
Who are some creators who inspired you, who
I-
continue to inspire you today?
Fuck. that hit me like a brick. Because I'm like most of the people who inspired me. I can't name in public anymore. Like,
That's
and
fair.
I say that out of like a deep, deep place of pain.
Oh, yeah.
But the people who still inspire me, Jesus. This is gonna sound weird because I still don't know if I'm a crazy person when I talk about it, but to this day, Matt Colville, the D&D YouTuber, is like the #1 person I listen to, and I'm like a sycophant for. I'm not in his Discord or comment to him or add him on Twitter or anything, but I listen to every word he says, period.
He is such
that
a
man,
dork, but he is such a like dad dork that I'm like, I am like everything
Yeah.
you say, I'm listening to.
and
Do you-
he has vast swaths of info I don't have, so it's fascinating to listen to and suck up the wisdom. That
Yeah.
guy's amazing, and
Do
his
you guys-
delivery on mic is A+.
Do you guys need to have your D&D and Magic talk? Do you want me to give you? Do you want me to give you that?
I mean, I'm not like super versed in D&D, but I am a tabletop aficionado. I'm pretty, I'm pretty into the tabletop stuff. But like, yeah, like Matt Colville, Cullen, if you don't know, Matt Colville does. He's a D&D guy, or he was a writer for Turtle Rock Studios.
Ooh.
And he ran a series on YouTube called Running the Game, and it was a series, and I think he still does it, but they don't number their videos anymore. They denumbered everything so that it's just like a compendium of stuff. And it was essentially like getting you started in running your own tabletop campaigns and like how to tweak things and how to properly use the information in it. And it was like from a baseline of zero knowledge of what you're doing. And it's actually how I got into GMing my own games, like straight up.
Yeah. Yo, no, he's great. A+.
He's super fun. He's super fun to listen to. He has a lot of personality. He's very like charming in his like unapologetically dorky way, which is what I mean, where he'll make a joke or something, and it's like the most like a dude at a convention told me this. And I laughed to humor him, but he says it with such like eagerness and like genuineness and like brightness that you can tell he's just genuinely very excited about what he's talking about. And he's not he's charismatic, and you're like, I actually laugh at what he says sometimes, because I actually laugh at what he's saying because he really means it. Like he really like cares about it in a really like nice way, refreshing way. Yeah, dude, like Matt Colville's so good. I also am. I feel like Colin and I are also in the same boat with you, where a lot of our early influencer inspirations,
just licks lips.
So I guess a bit of a more interesting spin. Are there styles of content that interested you that you kind of adapted and then spun off into your own thing? Like, what are those because like
very good way of rephrasing that.
I know, because all those styles are made by problematic people. We can just cut the people out of it.
I can give my own answer to this question, and then that'll sort of like help like make that question make more sense. All right. So like, for instance, for me, one of the big things was like there was a kind of back in the day, for those of you who weren't out of the womb when we were watching shit, because we've been watching shit for a long time.
We're old.
Literally, some people are younger than some of the videos we've watched, so that you're aware. Like 2007 was when I started watching content like that, and there's people who were born after that exist on the internet now. Back in the day, we didn't have a whole lot of content, like types of, I guess, like video game content or just content in general. We had skits, we had reviews, and then we had vlogging. We had like animations and vlogging and stuff like that, right? So video game stuff was largely just like as far as like video essays, you didn't really have people going, let us break down the color purple. Like, you didn't have that, right? You didn't have that.
Is that a Rasputin?
Yeah. That's like the first video that came to my head, but I was like, perfect video essay like example, right? Sure. We didn't have that. We had a dude in a hat and a funny tie complaining about movies and being angry about movies. We had a dude in glasses and with a pocket protector being irrationally angry about video games, but they were still sort of geared as towards like this review thing, right? Yeah, sure. And when I was getting into content creation, when I was inspired by what I was like, man, I feel like I could do this. What stood out to me, what I liked more were, number one, Let's Plays where I didn't care what the fuck anybody was playing, right? Like this course, it's sort of like from like this early review thing, people's personalities were what people started tuning in for, which is why like the angry thing sort of blew up, because people like to watch people be angry. They didn't really care what they were angry about. They were just interested in seeing what they were seeing them be angry.
And it's also easy from like the creator side, where it's like, it's really easy to
It's really easy
approach
being angry.
everything in bad faith and just
And that makes sense, like early on when this sort of like media is emerging, like the easy stuff is what people do because nobody knows what the fuck to do, right?
Yeah.
So like you go for whatever's easiest, and slowly people started whatever. And I realized what I enjoyed, the style of review that I liked the most were the little moments where the mask came off and the faux objectiveness came off, and somebody was just like, hey, look, I mean, if you look at it this way and like you think about like the way this happened and this happened, like I get the feeling that, and suddenly like it's not about like, oh, when you press A there's like a 5 millisecond delay in what you're doing. It was suddenly somebody talking to me from across a table,
Right.
and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and like there was like this human element to it. And then Let's Plays came out as sort of like an extension of like commentary, where it's just someone being more, you know, personable. And that's what stood out to me, and that's the sort of style of video that inspired me. It wasn't so much about the review and hitting these bullet points
and going on.
it was
And the review going on. Continue.
yeah. And the review having to go on,
Must
it
even.
must go on.
Some people
Musting,
say.
one would say.
I hate when I hate reviewer must.
So that others do not have to. So like
It's such a trope. I love it.
so like what stood out to me was like for instance, the Nostalgia Critic was that guy who did these reviews, but what started standing out to me was the content he would just do with his brother, where they would just stand in front of a camera and talk about movies they had watched. I didn't really agree with a lot of the shit they were saying, but like I was like, I prefer this to this long-winded, like, I'm gonna find a way to be upset about something and force a joke here or force a conversation here. And I kind of fell into the more organic stuff. And then ironically, I made content that was nothing like that to start because I didn't know what I was doing. But eventually, like, that started standing out to me in my style. And I realized it's because that's the part of the content I was watching that stood out to me. It was the people who were closer to the ground of who they were, and people who weren't trying so hard to be informative and were more just shooting the shit.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like I don't have a good answer for that question because frankly, I tended to watch a lot of the insalubrious types and not their side content. I literally was one of the people who was like, this guy's fucking angry. Hell yeah. Let's get angry. Like, and you can see it in my original content. That's literally me. I'm just doing, this is fucking bullshit. This game sucks. Look how stupid this is. Like, and I changed.
I hate Wario. He smells bad.
Yeah, and it took a long time to move out of that because that was the way back then, and I never like grew up from that. It took 2 years, dead ass, like to go.
But you realize, but like I feel like it still came from that place of like it wasn't what they were saying, right? Like what stood out to you about the videos you watched, right? It was the guy being angry, and it was like hell yeah, like this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was fun.
You know,
And I
like,
guess maybe to like reframe it a little bit is like, are there parts of that stuff you used to watch that you think even like today might have trickled in, like maybe little bits that stood out to you that maybe like kind of like got trapped, and that you can see yourself.
Was there one joke that just stood out to you and you just think about it all the time?
Yeah, like,
I guarantee that joke has probably influenced you many a time.
Like Melvin, brother of the Joker. Did you watch a lot of Nostalgia Critic? Are you a Nostalgia Critic fan?
Wait.
KBash,
Melvin?
KBash, why are you the biggest Nostalgia Critic fan? Let's talk about this a little bit.
I watched an amount of the Nostalgia Critic, but only
amount.
in my final year of university, and then I didn't watch him again.
And you said, this man's going places.
How old are you?
Like,
you don't mind me asking?
I liked that he shit on 8 Crazy Nights because that movie's fucking disgusting in so many ways.
Oh yeah.
Real bad.
So I was like, okay. And then I watched more, and I got to a point where he said something that was like so disconnected from the reality of what was on screen. I was like, this is bad faith. Oh my fucking god, this guy's bad faith.
And then you woke up.
Oh no, I've been stuck. And
Like,
but I'm sure people have that with me. Like, I'm sure I've done that to people where they're like, hey, Bash is just a bad, and then like at some point they like broke with that too, and they're like, he never grew up, and then whatever. And that's just like the reality of being online. As for past content that stuck with you or jokes, I'm not sure. I feel like I have a really shallow answer for that because all I ever did was like, I remember watching like other people. I don't think it's bad to talk about Kiori from like League of Legends community or what, but
I don't
he
even know
like
who that is.
Yeah, I don't know
okay,
either.
or wait, is it they or she? No, it's she, right? Shit. Okay, I'm gonna fuck up already. Okay, whatever.
If you recognize
Kiori,
it and correct, it's fine.
I honestly like don't know because I haven't kept up with them. So like that's the issue. Kiori was doing like a lot of meme edits in their League of Legends content, and I found it enjoyable at the time. And I started using meme edits, and they're in my like I still do MLG shit in my show, which is like so immature, but it's still there. You know? Are we what? Did I get it or did I fuck up?
Oh, I don't know.
I couldn't find it. There's
Me
so many
neither.
people named Kiori on Twitter.
Oh, I'm gonna feel like an asshole if I don't correct it myself.
Yeah,
One
just
second,
correct.
Okay.
I do this all the time. You're allowed.
No, it's she. Okay, I was right on my correction. It's she.
Okay, she.
Okay, got it. Apologies.
But yeah, like you just left like this, like you said you included the same meme edit in your video.
Yeah, like or not the same one, but the fucking dumbass like 420 Blaze It shit is literally littered in my old videos, and for no reason. It's just like this is funny, right?
Well, I feel like we all start out that way, right?
Oh,
we
yeah,
start with
the machinima
imitation,
phase.
and then like I started out as a person who got really upset. My first video on the channel that you can actually still look at is me just being angry about Remember Me, which is still a fun video. I fully enjoyed that video. I still stand by everything I said in it. But like that's why it's still public on the channel. But like you grow out of it. Eventually you're like, man, I don't want to be angry all the time. Sometimes I want to laugh at a silly thing and like laugh at it with a smile instead of like laugh at it with a frown, right?
Yeah, and I don't want to look like I'm
phase.
non-genuine. What was it? What do you want to say? What's your interjection?
I didn't have an angry phase.
No, you didn't. You
I'm
didn't.
My hater phase is now, actually.
Yeah.
He's the best of us all, perhaps.
No, again, I was fucking dumb, like, fanboy simp who was like, guys, it's like, we gotta support these smaller series out there. You really got...
Phoenix.
I'm for that still, you know?
Well, like, no, but, like, I was like, the kind of like, you gotta spend your money on these games. And now I'm like...
Now we brought the money into it.
Well, no, it's so like it's like support the stuff you need, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like
it's your money, man.
Like companies use the well intentions of passionate fans to
cynically,
very cynically funnel more money into the company, and that doesn't always go to the creatives. So the people who are behind the works you consume.
Or shit initiatives.
Yeah.
Let's not
so a lot of like, again, these companies will like these stupid fanboys who make their huge passion projects on like meticulously try to design them to get as much new people in as possible. Companies look to exploit you and not pay you for your work. So please, don't do that. Never, don't shill. Ever.
You know, companies will do things like sell cherished IPs to fund NFTs.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I never had that phase. Except I don't think I have. I think I fucking like constantly talk about hating companies, and I always bring up the price point because I'm an asshole.
No, you're smart. That's valid.
There is one content creator who I am like from back in the day that I still am inspired by, or at least was inspired by, because he's not around anymore. I think he was never like always on the ball. Like I never agree with everything he said, and he was sometimes on the wrong side of things. But I actually think Total Biscuit was actually like the last like
I was gonna say the material critique comes from that. He did so much work for that entire angle, right?
Yeah, and he was like, I feel like he was one of the last like pro-consumer, like aggressively like like his stuff wasn't about is the game good or bad. His stuff was like, is this pro-consumer, yes or no? You know, sure. like is this something? And I feel like a lot of like that this pro-consumer mentality was sort of misinterpreted, because it wasn't just him, but it's a lot of people. I feel like that's like sort of where the error comes from with like people who start content creating around the same era that these people were around. The angry thing, but then also taking the pro-consumer idea and trying to be like, this game is bad, therefore it's anti-consumer, and like And like
Yeah.
I feel like my early stuff sort of reflects this like sort of combination of those things. I don't know if
Okay.
you feel the same way, where it's like with your content where it's like you took it to such an nth degree because you wanted to get it right the first time, and then
Yes.
after doing it for a while you go, wait a minute, no, this is all wrong, you know, like this is all like I'm misunderstanding. After you start doing it, you know, the process of actually starting to make the things that reflect the things you're inspired by, realizing that
Yes.
you're like,
Yes.
it's not this, like this is not that.
I can actually talk very specifically about this because I've had 2 cases in my life where I had a fucking heart attack about my own coverage, and like when I was deeply ashamed of it. Which is number one, going back to the Call of Cthulhu games, which I don't think anyone's fucking seen, but I made a video on Call of Cthulhu games,
I
and
have.
this
Big
video,
fan.
this video fucked up because I went on the consumer critique angle on the Sinking City, but that studio got like destroyed by their publisher. That was a huge falling out, and it was not the fault of the developers, who I laid the blame on, without going after the publishers. It's an embarrassment that I even handled it like that, and I feel really bad because of that. But further down the line, I did Darksiders, everyone's favorite video, because I'm such a shithead about, I don't know, I'm just an asshole. But Darksiders, I in 3, I made a critique, even though I was jacking the game off the entire time up
Right.
until then. For the most part, I'm like, Darksiders 3 is great. The one problem is this one fucking thing fucking sucks, and it's designed poorly. And the designer who was behind it commented and followed me on Twitter. And I'm like, no, I fucking just affected a real person. I just hurt someone without meaning to. And that's literally the moment. And you can see that timeline, right?
I have a moment like that too, yeah.
Like Darksiders, I think I did Dishonored after, and that was like, I also did asshole stuff there. And I went into Mana and Ninja Gaiden, and I started getting nicer after Ninja Gaiden because I was sick of being the bad guy all the fucking time. Because you can hurt people. Like, totally blindsided, like drive-by shooting them.
You don't realize that, like, it's weird because you don't think you have the reach you do, but you still do. Like, right? Like even the small reach that you might have, you have it, and sometimes it winds up on someone's doorstep that you're like, man, if I knew this was going to end up on this specific person's doorstep, I wouldn't have been as harsh. Because you, like, suddenly it clicks in your brain. It's like, oh, I'm a person, and so are the people that make this shit.
Yeah.
The way I always see it is kind of like, you can typically like choose your critique based on the amount of intent you can kind of see. I always think it's very low hanging fruit to be like, I didn't like this gameplay mechanic, it's not good. But like, if I see writing that is very like, you can see was intended to have this kind of weird like bias behind it, yeah, like this kind of weird like offensive shit in it. Like, I think there's a big difference between, like, because you could tell, like, if you, like, how you just said you insulted, like, a gameplay feature, and then the developer behind that who was just doing their job.
Or trying to do the best they could.
Yeah. Where it's like, they were told this, so they were like, okay, I'm going to work really hard on this. And then this asshole with long hair comes in and just, like, no, but,
the long hair is at it again. God.
There's, for me, it's that moment for me was, I did a video on the Blackwell like series of games. There's like point and clicks game. I've talked about this with Cullen before, and I really enjoyed those games, but the ending for me was so disappointing, and I played it up so much in the video that the ending is sort of like whatever. And I was still in this phase of like, should you get this? Shouldn't you buy this? Instead of just being like, this is what I thought about it, and like, this is what I think it is, and this is what I think the game was trying to tell me, and like, here's a little background about it so you have context. Like, I hadn't realized yet, and I think that's the thing. It's like, we, like, at some point you realize there's a lot of context to things, and that context is super important in framing your own perspective on it, right? It's like, okay, you know, like the series of games, oh my god, this ending was so terrible, how could they do this? Like, wow, like, what did, like, you fucking botched it at the end, what the hell? And it's like, hey, this whole series, like the mechanics, everything about it is made by one fucking person.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you go, and they did it on their fucking free time while working full time doing something fucking else. And you're like, oh fuck. So I did a video on the Blackwell Legacy stuff, and then I remember I think it was like a day after I put it out, Dave Gilbert, the fucking guy who is now doing very well for himself, and his more recent games are phenomenal.
Yeah.
He was like, man, if there's something he's messaged me on Twitter, if there's something I've learned, it's that you just can't please everybody, and I just got to do better next time. And it shattered me, because the last thing I wanted from the guy that made this fucking thing was for me to think that I hated all of it and that I whatever. But because I got so absorbed in this fucking creator mindset of like, I have to give people something like practical. They have to like, you have to be able to make a purchase decision with what I'm talking about. Like I'm helping the buyer, right? Like, because of that, I realized I did more harm than good.
Yes.
In this situation.
Did
and
you,
thankfully, thank God he's done better now. But like, thank God he's still doing good.
So like,
you didn't meaningfully damage him.
Yeah.
Well, but if he hadn't popped off, whether or not it was me that did that or meaningfully did that, I would have just interpreted it as I helped ruin this man's career.
Right.
It probably wouldn't have mattered, but I would have thought it mattered.
When you got that message, like, did you ever respond, or did you just like shrink away?
I did, and I responded with, yeah, I just didn't like the ending because I was an idiot. Oh, sorry, I was lost in my own nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, I hadn't. At some point, when you do this stuff creatively long enough, some people make that connection right away.
Yeah.
And other people don't. Where it's like, you know how you don't want to be the bad guy all the time? When you make someone else the bad guy in your video, like, if you think being the bad guy is bad, wait until you find out that what your video that you made makes someone else the bad guy, or points the finger at someone and goes, that's a bad guy. Oof. Like,
I wonder if I've ever done that. Maybe I have.
Well, like in the sense of like when you say like, oh, this is shit or whatever, they fucked this up or something to that effect of like, when you feel when you get irritated that people are commenting on your thing and they're like, oh, you suck, and like, I can't believe you said this, and you're like the bad guy. Like, what happens if like you, like, for me that was awful. I was like, I made someone look incompetent.
Right.
I made a hardworking person look incompetent. That fucking sucks.
I feel like the only people I've ever gone after by name and done the incompetency bit are people who are so far beyond my reach it's almost okay, or it won't damage, like, because they work for like an enormous megacorp. But like, I don't know if I've made. I don't know.
When you're talking about like a AAA franchise or a franchise that's large enough, it's safe to say, and a lot of times it comes across that way, where like a lot of the blame can probably be put on corporate oversight, corporate overseeing. But like, I guess like sometimes there's certain things when you're just trying to emulate what you see on the YouTube, but you're trying to get stuff that's accessible to you, where you're like you go after the one man indie studio guy, and you're like, hey, your games just fucking suck. like who are you? Like what service are you providing? What good are you doing? How, like, you're not being productive, I guess, or
yes,
I guess like constructive.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, there we go.
Like, you're not being constructive.
To kind of circle back a little bit, because when you mentioned that like you hated the Call of Cthulhu video, like I wouldn't have.
The ending.
Okay.
Only the ending, like the last third of it.
Because it's really funny, because as someone who like didn't know that, I was like, wow, yeah, the Call of Cthulhu one, I go back to that quite often. That's like one of my.
Actually?
Are you gonna make me admit that?
Do I even tell a funny joke in there? I don't feel like I don't. Maybe I do.
Dude, like, my job is typing. I have rewatched the same fucking video. Both you fuckers. Both you fuckers in this call. I have seen a lot of your videos several times, and it's just because. And it's not because I'm a freak. Fuck you.
I'm chief show ass. On,
like
Come on, man.
it's this kind of, I can't believe I have to justify me being
Colin,
nice.
I put on a yellow headband and threw myself onto the ground, like face planted on purpose.
I don't watch
Like,
those
I'm deeply
ones.
flattered. Don't get me wrong, but
I don't watch
God.
those ones, GC.
Colin,
Come
the
on.
words soggy biscuit appear in my content twice.
I don't watch those ones.
I watched the good ones.
Yeah, what's the good ones? Like Dragon Quest Episode 6.
Oh,
But anyway, it's this kind of thing where it's like, I need background noise. It's probably a lot to do with my ADHD, which is unmedicated and has been for a fucking decade. But when I'm working on something, I need background noise. When I'm eating, I need background noise. And it's like, when you're like me, you need content to rewatch because there's not enough content.
See, I'm terrible at that.
But so
There
it's
really
like, there really isn't. So I've rewatched both your videos a couple times.
Thank you.
It goes in like waves, and I kind of like, you know, I have a schedule. It's fine. I'm not insane. But anyway, well, my question was going to be, like, what was my question? Fucking be. It was kind of just like, have you ever had this before, where like when your older videos, someone will come to you and be like, "Hey, I love this video. That was really good," and you're just like, "Why that one?"
wait. Sorry,
Not-
was there a
not
question? I was
really.
responding in chat.
No, you're fine. It's just mainly
Like, has
like,
anyone ever, like, with like a lot of your videos, has anyone left a comment being like, "Man, I really liked this video"?
oh yeah, like
Yeah,
a new
And,
person.
Like, you don't. Yeah.
Oh,
like a brand
KBash
new
is over
person to
here.
an old
Like, I
video.
really like this video. It's like, yeah, I get that. I get this.
So like an
comments all the
old
time.
video, right? Like an old video. Someone's
Yeah.
like, "Wow,
This
this
is
really good."
amazing, and you're like,
And you're like,
"Why?"
"Why?"
Oh no!
Have
Let
you
me
ever
tell
done
you
that?
the story of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
Oh
Holy fucking
boy!
shit!
All
That
right.
is literally one of my oldest, weirdest fucking like, it's got some quality, sure, maybe, but it is a fucking weird video. It ends fucking weird. It's uncomfortable, and it's overly it's that old like negative KBash, highly critical. And someone and their girlfriend watched it like together and were like, it's like, we love it. It's the first thing we saw of you and we always watch. And I'm like, oh no, that one sucks. Fuck.
We played it at our wedding.
No. Oh my god. No.
Usually when people leave comments on old videos like, "Wow, I really like this one," I'm like, "Hell yeah, you did," because I fucking aced it. And then I slap my ass cheeks and I walk away from my computer. I'm like, I'm badass. No, but
Man,
yeah,
if
like,
I had that much courage, power, I don't know.
I when people do that, I just go, "Oh, they probably, you know, related to whatever I said in it. Maybe they played the game and they're like, oh yeah, so true." Like, you know, hashtag relatable stuff. Although there was one funny instance similar to your thing, KBash, where I had a guy, I think it was my Dragon Quest V video or something. I had a guy go, "Oh, I love your content. My son and I watch your Dragon Quest videos every time a new one comes out. I watch these with my kid." And then he actually DM'd me because apparently he's making a game and he wants me to like do voice acting.
Oh
or
hell
some shit.
yeah!
But like,
Okay.
it's way far from now. He was like, "Yo, whatever." And then literally like, I messaged him and I was like, "Please don't watch the next one," because that was when I was going to start doing a series where I covered adult games on the channel, which doesn't exist anymore because YouTube won't let that happen. And also I realized, oh, there's nothing that's inescapable in that department. There's nothing that's that's above like wow, all this stuff's problematic. So I had to cancel that series real fast. But that was literally the next video I put up, and I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's gonna watch like a video with his son, and I'm gonna be talking about like some adult game, and his kid's gonna be like, 'Hey, Dad, what's that?'"
People have told me they watch my stuff with their kid, and I'm like, I literally just like put a vagina joke right there, and you are watching it with your child. Please stop.
There is a picture of Brandy Love in jeans in this video. What are you doing?
It's not marked for children.
I have
Okay?
I have thankfully mostly avoided. I watched these with my kid. The only time I've had that was like Chrono Cross Part 1, and it was my mom sent a picture of my little sister with the iPhone watching Chrono Cross Part 1. It was like, we just started it. I'm like, take that away.
No.
Take that away from her right now.
Dude, what the fuck?
And I really hope they didn't stick around for part 2. But it's also
shit.
kind of funny. I'm literally getting like, speak of the devil, I'm getting someone in chat right now who's doing exactly that. And it's like, I rewatch this video all the time and I'm like, that video's garbage, my guy. Thank you.
I've seen it. Well, your old stuff is not that bad. It's not terribly cringy.
Look.
You don't show your whole ass.
I show
Evergreen
enough.
content will never stay evergreen to the creator.
My
That's true.
fucking PQ video is so giga cringe.
Art that stays good forever looks like shit to the artist day one. All right.
Like, my PQ video is the only one that's like fucking shot way past 100,000 views, and I can't even. Something from like I used to do like non-jokes. I don't think I ever started writing real jokes until like last year.
Oh, that's whatever. Joke writing is hard, annoying, and like sometimes it's superfluous. Some
but
people
it's
hate
like,
it's tough.
It's that same kind of fucking shit I was getting on about, where I was approaching like the PQ video, especially from like the perspective of someone who was in the community. So I just make comedic observations, and I'll like, that was what I would do because I wasn't funny.
Yeah. Okay.
And my whole humor is just like saying like, haha, long hair, haha, he got long hair. And then I just like, I don't have to write a joke. I don't have to be witty or funny. And that's the whole thing. But I also have these like, I didn't understand pacing. And I'm bringing this up.
Comedic timing.
Timing, and not even comedic timing. It's like timing of my lines. Where it's just like, I'm really fascinated about editing, like a person editing, which I think was the original topic, and then we spun off on 3 tangents. It was about your process, and I wanted to get to how you edited, but...
Oh. That's a fascinating thing, too, because Dan Olson on Twitter has talked about, I think, we're witnessing a whole, like, generation of video editors with no exposure to, like, a traditional, like, workflow. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
video.
Yeah.
I didn't
Like
take a course on it.
Oh no, I didn't.
No, like classical training of like here's the first step, the second step, the whatever.
And many of us, me included, know jack fuck all about cinematography. What, like, I film like an idiot. I'm an idiot with a camera to this day. It sucks.
I
And
don't know how to set up a shot. Sometimes I look at my lighting and I'm like, I think that's okay.
Yeah.
And
I
here's
got 3 lights.
And here's the fascinating part, though, is like you'll have someone like me, who's like seen both your videos and be like, these guys know what they're doing. This is some good looking stuff. And then you have you, who's like, I don't know what the fuck I just did. Someone's gonna be like, oh my god, what? And then it's like, everyone else who sees it is like, this is pretty good. Which
Well,
so it's so cool. Like self-taught has like come a really long way.
Yeah.
And
I mean, there's a bunch of people who just like have self-taught themselves to edit and like go on to just go edit for those channels.
Yeah, for sure.
No degree, no college experience, no like formal training. They worked on it for so long and they're in the same like space. They send their demo reel out and it's like, oh yeah, like that's exactly what I need. Like,
it's about the grind. It's about the drive, not the fucking degree. I don't care about
the
drive. It's about power.
Yeah.
And it's like
hungry, we devour.
It's really cool the way like kind of so many different career opportunities have come from like the ability to like be self-employed, specifically because of how the internet has come. And one of the questions I was actually going to ask you is like, okay, you went to school for like creative writing or just English in general?
It's a hard question, and it shouldn't be because because the school I went to is one of the few in Ontario that labels that has an English degree, but then also has English and creative writing as an alternative to the normal one. But it's the same degree in terms of value, and you just end up taking 4 creative writing courses that are like, it's not just 4 either. It's like you do one every single semester for the entire 4 years.
Yeah.
So it's an So I don't know if that answered the question.
You essentially are double majoring.
Yeah.
Funny
enough,
like very minimal investment.
Yeah.
That was only a little bit of the question, but but like you went to school to be a writer.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well,
I
like,
guess so. Shit.
wh-
It ended
what,
up that way.
why did you go to school, KBash?
Well, so okay, my
Hey, is
Did
this
you
an
just-
interview
did-
or a therapy session?
No, it's
What's
just
going
like-
on here?
It's like
we
you
all-
just
I-
blinked and you're
I'm
like,
gonna
a
drop
degree.
I'm gonna drop dead ass lore about my life. I'm a triplet number 1. There are 2 others of me. They don't look the same because we're fraternal.
Oh, okay. That was
my
gonna
mother-
be terrifying in my head.
My mother wanted to put all of us through university because she very much cared about putting her kids through school.
Respect.
So like, you know, ground up money from the family or whatever but since there were 3 of us, we only all got 3 years of school each, and we paid off the other 2 ourselves. I'm still very privileged. Naturally, not a lot of people get 3 years of school, so
Yeah.
I'm a massive beneficiary. But I went to school because I'm a jerk off for writing, because I was so in grade 12 creative writing. I took the course in school for that.
Yeah.
And I was really into poetry too. I don't know why. And I went to school to pursue that, even though I learned very, very quickly and knew in my heart that poetry is dead for the most part, unless you're a very specific type of person who's willing to do some certain things. YouTube was like becoming a thing in the world. So I was like, I can apply the writing degree to YouTube, and I want to do it anyway. I like games.
Yeah.
So I didn't end up being a writer because like I can increase my pay grade on YouTube may be low now in terms of what it could be in the future. But writing, like, the chances of becoming a famous author are so slim. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I just mean being realistic.
Yeah.
Like, same with YouTube. I work teaching
Honestly,
because
it's
it wasn't gonna pay.
probably the same amount.
Yeah.
Like, I
Fair enough.
I did about a semester of an English major. Okay, that's not even. I did 2 weeks of an
Oh, yeah?
English major in college when I first went, and then I looked around at all the aspiring writers who were, even they themselves were like, yeah, I'm basically also bracing myself just to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Like, the ones who were honest with themselves were like, I'm bracing myself to be a teacher, and the others
Or
like,
a librarian.
yeah, and
yeah.
and the others were like, I'm gonna be the next American writer. And I was
one of my
like,
best friends is an English
It's
major,
hard.
and he's a librarian.
I was like, I had a
But,
crossroad.
like,
I was
man,
like,
I'm so lucky I fucking got it. Like, by all accounts, I should be in teaching right now. And the fact that I'm out is like, holy shit, I got lucky.
oh yeah.
Because, like,
Yeah.
that job was killing me. I'm not going to lie. That job is, like, so antithetical. I guess I just suck as a person. But, like, I genuinely don't think I should be in a classroom. That's all. So, like, to be doing YouTube is a great boon, I would say.
Yeah,
On the
yeah,
other
like,
part.
teaching. I mean, you gotta
It's
have
necessary, for sure.
you gotta have
in
a lot of
society.
patience,
And they need to be paid a lot more money.
and you
You know what
pay
it
a
was?
lot more money.
It was something I got, like, I don't even know if I should talk about this stuff, but teaching, like, the reason I say I'm, like, spiritually not really tuned into, like, being a teacher is, like, I learned very quickly that you need to be able to exert control of a classroom, social pressure. You have to exert that in a room of people. But I'm not like that. I'm a weird, small person. I'm 5'10", but, like, I'm not a really domineering, like, in a society person. So, like, I don't like that. I like when people operate how they should, how they ought to, and it's
Yeah.
weird that people don't. And it was such a weird, like, friction where I can't communicate that this kid needs to get his fucking shit together, but also I'm deeply aware that there's trouble at home and I can't resolve this shit, and it's causing me anguish, like genuine anguish. And I was too weak for it. I think so. I mean.
And now
It
you've
sucks.
pivoted to a more
That's an
influential
incredibly-
way to teach the children.
Incredibly good
YouTube
answer to
videos. I haven't even gotten to the question yet. That's what's
What is
so
the-
fascinating, and you're just
What is
giving
your
me all these
question?
bangers. No, it was really
Colin,
just
what
like,
is your question?
I'm getting to it. Fuck you. So, okay.
Get it when it.
Yeah, you'll get it when you fucking fix this door. All right. So, what you went to school for, what you're
Yeah.
doing now, there's fucking, unless we all die really soon, it seems like there's a lot of potential to, like, kind of make your future career something that you never even dreamed of or went to school with. People are making huge fucking careers off of luck at this point. Have you thought, like, it's like, okay, what's your ideal situation, and can you think of a way, like, how it's like to have you ever thought it's like, okay, I want to combine what I went to school for to what I'm doing now, and here's my fucking dream job in like 5 to 10 years? Has that crossed your mind? Or are you very much
So the question is, what's my career path
Well,
like
it's
what was my ideal career path and for the next
Where
like,
do you
rest
see
of my life.
yourself?
where
in 5
it's a
years?
nicer way to say, a less generic way to see where you see yourself, because I wanted to fit in, like, because obviously, like, what you go to school in, you don't throw it away. You're arguably
You know
doing
what?
it.
Sorry, so I don't want to cut you off, but okay. I would like to do YouTube for as long as possible, but I don't think there's a couple things. Like, I don't think YouTube is forever necessarily. I can't guarantee that. Plus, I would like to be an author, but the thing is, at the time when I was getting out of school, I thought, and I knew because I was listening to people smarter than me, that I was too stupid to do what I wanted to do. I did not have the social understanding of like the world to make any genuinely like impactful work. Even though you shouldn't go out, I'm telling you this if you want to be a writer, you should not sit there and be like, I'm not good enough, I'm not going to write. But I dove off cowardly into YouTube because I know I can do what I need to do on YouTube. And I still am gathering context for like the world around me and learning things to become an author in the future. That is my end game, to be clear. But I don't know when it'll happen. And I think, you know what, there's authors who fucking came out with their first work when they were 50. It's not some problem. Like, it's not, if I publish one book and die, I will die happy. That's all I'm saying. Like, if I got to do YouTube until then, fuck yeah, bro, let's get it. Like, I love YouTube. It's fun, you know?
Yeah.
I can stay on it every single day of my life. So clearly I'm doing something I like, you know?
Fair
And
enough.
that's rare. Finding by accident something that you also like doing.
Learning you have multiple passions.
Yeah, for sure.
What typically, I guess, like, hobbies outside of YouTube could just even be like, I like to go grocery shopping. I don't know.
I fucking hate grocery shopping.
You don't like grocery shopping?
No, it sucks.
Oh, I love it. I
Next-
sit there and I go, what am I going to make next week, and then not end up making it and getting takeout anyway.
Next, you're gonna tell me you don't like mowing your lawn.
I hate
don't
mowing
like
my
mowing
lawn. So, what I do outside of YouTube is really sad because all I do is fucking Magic the Gathering Commander format only, and I will brook no counterpart or whatever. I don't know what I'm saying.
No, if you want to keep
And-
going, I could take this opportunity to fix my posture and relax my back.
Oh god, my spine. Also, I
Oh.
play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. I used to DM. I DM'd my game for 2 years, but because my channel took
Wow.
off, I ran that same game almost every week for 2 years, but then I quit because I had no, like, YouTube was popping off, and I was like, I can make this a business. I gotta fucking quit this shit right now because I need time. And the problem is I haven't dove back into it, but I've got shit tons of notes and all these campaigns written up that I wrote in the meantime. I would love to go back and DM because I love DMing. I do
That's
voices.
awesome.
I'm weird.
That's incredible. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Like that's a feat. A 2-year D&D campaign? That's
It's
fucking
kinda-
sick as hell.
And I only got halfway through it is the worst part.
Ah!
I wanted to keep going.
You left them on the worst hang.
I have a player who we were like heading into one of my players' like backstory like areas, and I just left it, and he keeps reminding me, and I'm so sad. I just left your story dead.
Hey, sometimes you know that's like one of those funny things of like it's just the thing that you have in the back pocket now. Anytime there's time, you're just like, hey,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah. But right now, one of my other friends is DMing, so it's kind of like perma backburnered until like next year, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do anymore.
That's
I'm just gonna keep
fine.
writing. Yeah.
Those
Fuck.
are hobbies. D&D and Magic
Yeah.
the Gathering. That's fucking hobbies.
Yeah, dude. I'm a nerd. I'm on tier 2. I'm not on tier like 4. I'm not at Warhammer yet, but we'll get there maybe one day.
I was also a Magic the Gathering D&D nerd, and like maybe like a month ago I got into build kits.
Yeah,
so
dude.
now I'm there.
I painted miniatures for 2 years too during that D&D sesh, but I haven't done that forever because I know.
I
it's
am
fun.
such a fucking Chad. I want everyone to know.
You
don't do
nerd. You
I
have a
want
fucking Dragon Quest sword in your
everyone.
fucking room. You
I
fucking
want
nerd.
everyone to know. I
No,
go.
Colin's
I
like, yo, guys,
jog.
Don't listen to these idiots. I play Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm fucking bad at it.
No.
Oh shit, he's
Colin-
actually cool.
Cullen fucking plays visual novels. Like, shut up.
I haven't played one in ages.
You're
Would
a
you say
fucking
that visual
dork.
novels are Kino?
No. Most
You
of
say
it's
shit like Kino.
most of it's trash. That's the secret.
Oh.
No, my patience, and it's why I don't do visual novel videos anymore, is that my patience is fucking thin. It's fucking super thin. I used to be the kind of guy. I was that annoying fucker in your comments. Be like, but it gets really good like 100 hours in. Like I was that guy. And now I'm like, I fucking Trails burnt that bridge entirely. Now I'm like, catch me in the first hour or I'm gone. Like
Everyone wants me to play Trails, but I feel like I'll just get doxxed.
Yes, no, you will. Like, and especially with, I think everyone wants, in your format, they want to see that, like, those bam bam, like, marathon, like, doing all the Trails videos in big chunks. You're not gonna survive that. I'm just telling you, like, not because, this is not me shitting on Trails, which I can do.
Trails or Tails?
Trails.
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 Trails of cold steel. Trails in the sky.
Well, because if you
definitely
could
wouldn't.
not,
I'd go to war on the internet.
you like. I'm not saying that your opinions of Persona 5 are not valid. They are very valid. But I'm sure you also kind of GC, shut up. GC, shut up. I'm like you marathoning those games, the burnout must have been real by the time you got to the end.
Persona? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, I wanted to die by Persona 5.
Yeah, exactly.
No offense to that game. It was just bad timing. Like,
No,
they're like 150 hours each one. Like, it takes for fucking ever.
Yeah, Trails is like every game is 80 hours long.
Oh fuck.
And
no,
it's
I
like,
looked it up, I remember, and I was like, this isn't happening. I can't do this. I'm not.
No, yeah, it is exactly that. Where it's like by the time you reach the end, specifically in the way you do your content, because obviously you wouldn't just play them. You'd make videos of them.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm not wasting 80 hours of work, my dude. That's
yeah,
a video.
Exactly. Where it's like,
I don't care if this took me 200 hours and I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's getting done.
Like, Trails in the Sky alone is like maybe 200 hours. Crossbell is like 150.
Yeah, and then you have to put up with all the bad storytelling.
Ooh,
I didn't say that.
I've heard good things. Oh no, is it? Well, I don't know.
Well, at Cold Steel 4, I don't know about the other stuff. Cold Steel 4, the one that Cullen played in front of me.
It's really funny. I
should make it a $2,000 like Patreon reward. Just give me all the money and I'll fucking like I'll die.
I'll do it.
You watch me die.
Well, no,
if you
but
can pay my rent.
That's
if you can pay my rent every month.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
gladly play these.
Because you're like, I will kill my channel for
like
3 months. I will
Yeah.
kill my channel for 3 months if you pay my rent.
And it would too. That's the other problem is that like you get diminishing returns on long form projects that consume so much time. And because I'm a variety channel anyway, like technically, so people don't want to see.
Yeah.
Because at the start it wasn't like that. When I did Soul Calibur 1 and 2 and DMC Part 1 and 2, I got rises on because they were negative, by the way, the fucking fall of. But afterwards, I noticed massive diminishing returns on anything that was sequential. So I don't know, like, why would I even like? Part of me wants
to break it up, right? You can't just keep posting 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. What I've learned is that you have to actually like take a break between what you're covering to actually like revitalize people, because then people get burnt out on your content.
Yeah, and what sucked too is I was taking a break, but it wasn't enough. Like I was like, Persona, throwaway video, but that was the problem. Throwaway videos aren't enough. My people come to me for a reason. It probably was just a bad strat, and it fucking like it tanked my show for like 4 months, 5 months. It was no good.
It was very good. I sat there every video and being like, yay.
One thing I've learned is that if you cover a series for long enough, you become the guy.
And you don't want to be the guy.
And when you move on to a different series, you are still the guy, but you're not covering the thing you're the guy of. Yeah. And now you have to re-earn being the guy of something else.
Yeah.
And I've learned that I've learned I've seen a silver lining though, where I don't base my channel growth on the guy stuff. So now that Yakuza's around, I don't base my growth around the Yakuza videos because I know they're gonna do well. I base it on the stuff I make that isn't related to that content, because that is who I've retained. So if this Yakuza video does 30,000 views, and then this video on Mario Party does 3,000 in the same span of time, I know that I've kept 10% of that audience.
Besides, you don't want to be the Yakuza
you're not
guy.
Wrong. That's a correct analysis of the situation, unfortunately. Oh.
But
come back, audience. Watch Power Stone.
It was a good video.
My depression is real. What's up?
I also kind of forget what I was going on about.
Oh shit. I
We were talking about content, and it was you make good
Persona.
videos. Oh yeah, okay, trails.
Owen, what's the question?
No, I don't think we had a question. We were just kind of talking. But no, it's like, and that like it is very unfortunate because I'm sure people would love to see you do trails, but I could tell you now that would be super diminishing returns, and it's like by game 5, you're like not even halfway done. Like,
oh no.
like your game 5. By the time you finish game 5, you have Cold Steel waiting for you.
You know what also depresses me too about that whole like covering everything is like you have to cover every spin-off that is not relevant to the mainline design like aesthetic or whatever the devs are going for, and it's like not everything is worth fucking breaking your back for.
No.
Please. Like, why didn't you play this spin-off? I bitch about that all the time, but it's because it's not relevant all the time, unless it adds Persona 5 Scramble. Granted, sure,
You
it
should
adds
play
to the
Scramble.
story.
It's pretty good.
I should, but I'm still burnt, so I'm like,
That's
I'm
fair.
taking the time.
That's fair.
Not
It's
on
not
the music,
going
though.
anywhere.
Yeah, it's just gonna marinate and get better with age, probably.
It will, because that
Hopefully.
game owns.
Oh shit, it owns.
That game
Oh, no.
owns. Some might even say it's Kino.
Is it a banger, chat?
Ryuji
the
says
chat.
fuck.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I sent that to
Wait,
my fucking friend
Strikers?
group.
Ryuji says fucking strikers.
Yeah,
Oh, by the way,
Yeah,
I totally
Shut the
spaced
fuck
out.
up.
I didn't know we were talking about Strikers. Strikers is great.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a part where someone's like, haha, I'm the villain and I think you are bad. And Ryuji's like, based on my experiences, I want to tell you to go fuck yourself. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, idiot. Is that what he says?
Well, he's
I
like,
think so.
he and Morgana is basically this way. It's like, kind of like, hey, we get it. There's like, he and Morgana are like, shut the fuck up. This character
Okay,
is
cool.
valid. And it's like, wow, the Strikers writing team knew what they were doing. Anyway.
Also, that game is a rare case where a Muso game asks for player competency.
Oh shit,
In a
no
big
way.
way.
What?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
Strikers is actually a surprisingly technical Muso game.
That's actually okay. No one told me that.
I
thought it was
told
like-
you that, fucker.
So
Shit, maybe
so
you did.
I
so
might.
Strikers might be a Muso game, but Strikers uses a lot of the Persona 5 like RPG elements, and it actually creates like you actively have to do character switching, and you actually have to know what your combos do to an enemy to fight enemies.
There's no
That's actually
point.
sick.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no point going to bat for that game because it sold millions of copies. But it's like,
So good.
but like you'll see from some people where like Muso fans are like, I just wanted
It's
the
also a true sequel.
yeah.
It's like an
Muso
actual
fans will be like, I just wanted the big, huge, open battle of a bunch of guys. I don't like how they section off your
How?
combat
You-
encounters.
They've never played Samurai Warriors.
But
You
it's also
played
like,
one Muso game or like a couple. You've played most of them. I don't even know how people are like stands of the concept because it's like I like Muso games, but like I could not play them every year. It's like candy. You know?
Yeah. So like
It's
so
rich.
like the more recent Muso games that actually take advantage of the IPs that they're about are
Yeah.
actually different in interesting ways. I'm a
For
Muso
sure.
fan. But like yeah, like a ton of times it's always just like this generic, not a generic, but it's like it's always this big map and there's
Yep.
always a bunch of stuff happening and it's very Total War-esque of like stuff's
Right.
happening over here, stuff's happening over here. But like Strikers is a lot like Dragon Quest Heroes, but good, where like the level design is very good. They use elements of the series they're aping off of.
you still do the stealth.
platforming. You still do the stealth stuff. Like you do a
Okay.
lot of like the there's actual platforming and traversal in it.
Enemies can kill you.
Oh,
Moose.
and the
Muso
best part is
fans in shambles. What the fuck?
And the best part is that
Oh.
enemies are on screen, and if like you it does like the it does like the random battle thing where there's enemies on the map, and if you
Yeah.
run into them, it does a small Muso battle, and that's
Oh,
why the combat is so technical.
Yeah.
Because
Fascinating.
because it's relying on you beating a battle instead of like here's this very like surface level combat system, and then all these objectives you have to worry about. No, the combat is the focus.
Okay.
It is Persona 5 battles in the scale and like intensity you know them of with action combat.
Okay. Damn. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
If Strikers was your first Muso game, you have been spoiled, and I'm very sorry. You will not.
You could like them.
That was Warriors Orochi 3. That shit kicked ass. I missed that. Oh man.
I'm
I know it is.
you know,
Three
I don't
Hopes
remember if
is
it's
a
good
game.
anymore.
Three hopes. I'm going to be Three Hopes' greatest soldier. I'm going to be its strongest guy. I fucking love. I actually kind of
Yeah,
wanted to get
Dragon
into
Guard
this as
2.
well. As I will, that they're different. Fire Emblem's good. Drakengard is like the Ludo Kino dissonance or whatever. Sorry, I
Yeah,
have
but
to
if
like.
they-
Dragon Guard 2.
I will. No, that's the thing. I don't
But
want to
you
get
would
into Draken.
100% play a Yoko Taro Drakengard Muso game.
The GC.
Technically, one is kind of a
GC,
I know,
those are
I
what those
know.
games are.
I'm aware.
It's just a
You
bad.
would play it, but if Omega Force picked it up and was like, "We're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it good now,"
I'd be
There's
more
such
interested.
A deep wound in the community.
I'm trying to.
No, I think there would be someone who could better do that. And honestly,
the dark side Cullen here.
the part I'd be more
Yeah.
interested in them making good was the dragon stuff, because the dragon combat is bad and the Muso is also bad. And then I want Yoko Taro to rewrite the story because the story is bad.
Ooh. Oh shit! Really striking out.
No, it's every part of Drakengard I hate.
Cullen has become Satsuino Hado Cullen. He's
Well,
killing a 10.
And that's the part that's the part of Drakengard that I don't get, and then it fucking boggles my mind, is that I've heard, and again, Clemps is like, I love Clemps, we're friends, but like, and I watch the Clemps videos, and I get this idea of Drakengard, and this is kind of what we talked about earlier. It's like this danger of like preconceived notions from fans setting it up, and like fan culture and all this stuff, where Drakengard fans will scream from the heavens. It's like, Drakengard is a good game with a bad game with a good story. The story is so deep.
I'm kind of ambivalent on the entire thing, but I do think 3 is pretty funny and has a titty lady in it.
I
so,
love
like,
3. That's the weird thing.
Three
People will
is
say
Yoko
Three's
Taro
pretty cool.
realizing that Drakengard's kind of bad. Let's like play that up and be fun with it.
yeah, like
Make it really gross.
yeah,
Let's make it disgusting.
Unapologetically.
like
yeah.
that
People-
is
Here, I know why, right? Okay, I got my theory ready. Drakengard 1 and 2 weren't obvious enough that they were gross and disgusting like characters. Let's just fucking make a
Like-
dragon piss itself
like,
on camera.
Drakengard 1 is this kind of like, it's like,
Like,
what if
one is
we
gross. Like,
But
what-
but people didn't pick up on it. Yoko Taro is literally doing his best with every
Yo-
Drakengard game to make it so much more obvious that he
Well-
doesn't want you to like any of these
Well,
people.
but with Drakengard 1, I almost get this idea that like he had like a volume of Berserk, and he was like, dead babies, huh? And she ate the
Well-
babies.
And you know, you can't always tell something's gross when the English translation is obfuscating the fact that there is a man
He
thinking
gave
about
up his
something-
hair. He gave up his hair for it, KBash.
Oh, shit.
He gave up his hair so he could do and think those creepy fucking things.
I would, if they remade Drakengard and kept a lot of the
which
jank.
makes him a man. He gave it up for his passion.
His hair. Wait, what? Oh no.
Wow, I
Can you
can't
imagine-
believe
can you
I can't
imagine if, like,
believe
my eyes
GC
bugged out
of
and I
all
just
people
seriously started
knows the
saying
most about Drakengard deep lore.
I played Drakengard 1 with a friend when I was in middle school. I played it all the way through.
Oh my god,
Holy
secret
shit.
Yoko
That-
Taro
and that was a
fan.
formative experience.
It was
Wow.
horrifying. My friend was like, haha, he likes the dragon. And I was like, oh yeah, like they're friends. And he's like, no, not like that.
No.
He likes the
Maybe-
dragon.
Maybe if
You
I was a
really like that
scaly,
one,
I'd
yeah.
be into Drakengard. Maybe that's the secret.
And he, well,
I was originally going to try to get you to talk about Fire Emblem and strategy
Fire
RPGs.
Let's do it.
let's bitch about fire.
Bitch away. Again, this isn't
Fire
a
Emblem boomers, so I can't
traditional.
complain.
This isn't a
Like, I can't-
traditional fucking interview.
I'm also a Fire Emblem boomer, but I enjoyed Three Houses. Not so much Awakening though.
So like that's the thing. I can't talk about Fire Emblem because I'm not educated enough on the subject. I did not play prior to 6 or the Roy
That's
game
fine. Same.
with the English ROM. I played those GBA games, and because they were formative experiences at that time in my life, they're like canon in my brain, and everything else except I played Radiant Dawn. I like that shit a lot. I like where the guy calls Ike a subhuman and he beats the shit out. I like that shit.
Did you play
But,
Path of Radiance?
otherwise-
I like
Yeah.
how Ike has a boyfriend and he fights for his boyfriend and for
Cullen, have you played Path of Radiance?
no. I want to.
Okay.
Wait, which one's the Wii game?
Radiant Dawn.
That's Radiant Dawn.
I got
the
my
GameCube game is Path of Radiance.
I should get Path of Radiance on my Steam Deck so I could actually
Okay,
play that
okay.
game.
Okay, can we stream that together?
Me?
Cullen, here, let me explain why Path of Radiance is sick as fuck. At some point, Ike calls someone the equivalent of a slur, and that person very nicely goes, "Hey, you shouldn't say that." And Ike goes, "Why?" And he goes, "Well, that's actually a derogatory term for us." And he goes, "Oh, okay. What should I call you?" And he says, "We prefer this term." And Ike goes, "I'll use that term then. Thank you for telling me that. I'm really sorry I said that
That's
to
actually
you."
wild. Holy crap.
Have you
There
not
is an
played the
actual
Ike game?
scene where that occurs.
The main character's not a fucking asshole.
Ike is a Chad. Ike is a fucking Chad.
I'm surprised you haven't played the Ike game, KBash.
No, I only played Radiant Dawn, but I didn't beat it. That because I was a little babby, and I was like, game is too hard for me because I did not level correctly. Also, I did play the DS. Sorry, Fates and the one Awakening, and I don't really
Also-
have strong thoughts about them. Except I think I bitched about them in one video, and it's like
I remember that video.
Awakening was such a great game to have repopularized the series, but it's such
Yeah.
a wet fart.
That's the thing. I didn't like. It didn't resonate
Dude,
with me in any capacity. I
did-
thought Ike was like, or Crom was quite literally made of cardboard, to the point that I just called him Ike. Like I just gave him another character's name. I just
And Ike is
proxied
just
him.
vastly more interesting too.
Yeah,
Did
I'm saying.
I
like,
feel like I don't want
Yeah.
to be this kind of guy.
I
Did
know,
you
I-
play? No, I'm not here gonna. I'm not gonna be like in
Oh,
defense
okay.
of Awakening and Fates.
I'm not super like. holding
but
to
like,
my
did
opinions
you?
anyway. I'm
Did
kinda
you?
neutral.
No, you're fine. Did you
Cullen's
actually?
gonna pull out the Ransona.
I commissioned one, and then everyone was like, "Why doesn't it have? Why isn't it a dragon?" I showed it to like 3 other people. Sylphie's drawing of the Ransona, because I just said, "Make me a Ransona," and it was just me. And then my girlfriend was like, "I thought it would be a dragon."
Yeah. Why? That's what I'm saying. Okay, but no. What was your question? I'm
No,
sorry.
it was like, did you just stop at Fates?
Yes, straight up. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I was ruined because of fucking Sting. I played Yggdrasil Union again, and then I played Knights in the Nightmare, and then I played Gungnir, and I was like, I don't want to fucking play Fire Emblem ever
Yo,
again.
Yggdrasil
Okay.
Union is fucking dope.
Like Yggdrasil Union, I don't want to be like it's the best game ever, but I'm gonna say Gungnir also.
It's
because
really
so simplistic.
fucking. It's really fucking interesting. It is like
Yeah.
this is.
Hair.
I haven't played something quite like this.
Yeah, a lot of those games were so wild to me that I was like suddenly spoiled on what could be done with an SRPG, and I didn't want to play Fire Emblem. And it's not that the games are bad. I just got old. I got fucking old. Ugh.
You
I
will
don't-
like. You would probably like Three Houses.
I don't want to
Or
hype
I
it.
became a kinographer. Sorry.
I don't want
Oh,
to fuck.
yes.
Fuck off. I don't want to hype it
No,
up
I
too
am,
much.
not you.
I don't
If
want
you
to
like Radiant Dawn, Three Houses is very much modeled after the GameCube and Wii game.
I don't want to.
Oh shit, bro.
I'm not even. I feel like everyone overlooks this one. You should play Shadow of Valencia.
Really? I was gonna play it years ago, and I
Dude.
just like totally
Dude.
didn't because I was lazy.
I didn't play
That
it
is
either.
the best Fire Emblem game ever made.
Yeah.
Granted, I started it with Awakening, so I'm a bit more of like the, you dangle the keys in front of me and I'm like, ooh, pretty quality of life. I'm a big
Yeah.
Three Houses guy. I will admit it has problems.
Sure.
Shadows of Valencia is like the best game in that series. It's got its problems still, but in terms of like the story and the atmosphere and like, it is such a weird, like, you look at Fates and you see that like, oh, this is where Fire Emblem's going.
Okay,
Right.
it is Echoes. It is Echoes.
Yeah, that echoes. But like you look there, like, and you can see a bit of Fates in Three Houses, and Three Houses is just Fates if it was good.
I
Yeah.
skipped. I straight up skipped. Like after Awakening, I skipped Fates and I skipped Shadows of Valencia. But people tell me it's really good, and the only reason I didn't opt back in is because it's based off one of the worst
Yeah.
games in the franchise.
Which is
Right.
the biggest fucking flex, that they took the weirdo game and then made it this fucking masterpiece where it's again, you look at Fates and they're like, oh my god, Fire Emblem from now on is going to be all about one note characters, no real quality storytelling, just pandering. And then Echoes is a played serious war story with fleshed out interesting characters, no like romance, all the people, all that.
No, because I don't think they had.
No, and then and this comes from the fucking NES Fire Emblem 2. Like, that's what they...
Fire Emblem Gaiden is a really bad game for people who don't know. The maps are fucking massive, and I think they removed.
And there's
like
still
a different like system in place, but every chapter takes forever.
Yeah, and there's still some weird stuff where it's like it is based off of that, so some of the maps are kind of weird. But honestly, like I remember like listening to your like SRPG video, and I was and I just realized I was like, well, yeah, no, you'd probably kind of like.
You know who does some really good videos on Fire Emblem?
Who did?
I'm gonna plug
Is it
somebody.
you?
My friend Chris the Fields.
Oh,
He
he's,
has an
he's pretty
entire
good.
he has an entire Fire Emblem retrospective you can watch, like a whole one. And then he has a really good video about Fire Emblem's like difficulty settings over the years, and sort of comes to a pretty like. He talks about like how like the games used to be a lot more hardcore and how they've gotten easier, and there's like sort of like this debate about whether that's good or bad, and he sort of comes to like a pretty satisfying like bittersweet conclusion to it, and I highly recommend everyone go watch his stuff.
That's a good sell. I'm actually interested. Bittersweet conclusion to the holy crap. I was such an Omega fan of Fire Emblem back when I was a kid. I even sprited my own stuff.
Oh,
Yeah!
I didn't become a sprite artist, but I have files like of recolors and shit.
That's good, because I had another question, which was basically like, if you did not follow this exactly, what was your version of making cringe AMVs as a young?
Yeah, it would be that. It'd be original characters in Fire Emblem, no question.
Fair enough.
You know, Dark Deity is a Fire Emblem clone that just decided to be its own IP, right?
Yeah, no, I saw that.
Pretty sick.
Yeah. Yeah. KBash played it.
Wait. It started as Fire Emblem?
It was a Fire Emblem fan game.
I didn't know that. Fuck, I should have realized. That actually makes... I'm actually so stupid. That actually is so obvious now I'm thinking back on it.
They literally said we were making it, and we ended up like, we were like, wait, we have all original characters and all original story on an all original continent, and they were like, we could just drop this entirely and just sell it as like its own game. Like they weren't even making. I don't even think they were making it in like a ROM hack thing. At some point, they were just like, oh, we could just do this, and they did, and that was it.
I'm gonna blame myself for being on the grind for missing that shit. That's embarrassing.
I feel really bad because KBash sent me a code for that I have not played.
Yeah. Well, whatever, that happens. Life is busy and everyone's tired, and I don't care.
No, but I was like,
it's a really interesting game. You should go play it, Cole.
I should. It's on. I can play it on my Steam Deck now. I don't have to buy it on Switch.
It is Steam Deck compatible, I'm sure.
You know what's weird? Like talking about SRPGs is like, I have an old script still on my computer where I bash Final Fantasy Tactics the original, bash that game, and I went back to play it for the show, and obviously I jerked it off immensely because it's like, wow,
because it deserves
actually,
it.
This is really politically sophisticated and good for the gaming industry. How the fuck has this not been replicated? Really, hence. But I actually, because I was back in like Goblin mode or whatever in South Korea in a burning ass apartment with mold from the air conditioner, writing crap on my laptop. Same laptop, by the way. Survived all this time. I was just bashing it. I should fucking put that shit public. It is embarrassing.
I was going to say, how much, like, would you have to be paid a certain amount to take that script, not change anything about it, and then just do it? Deliver it. Maybe for like April Fools or something, where you're just like, your modern editing sensibilities, your modern delivery, but you just, like, you could even like maybe at the beginning just be like, I have an actual video based on this. This is the old script, and then just go.
And I would have to, because like I feel like that's far too cruel. Like Matsuno is such an oddity in the gamosphere as a writer.
Gamersphere.
I feel
he's critical.
You know what I mean? Like we don't get a lot of people like him writing At least in my mind, for what he writes.
He writes dramas.
Bro,
Yes,
like
exactly.
Vagrant's story is so fucking weird. I'm only bringing this up because I'm pretty sure you played it all. Or
Up until the part where he gets a certain garment change. I did not play that part.
he
So don't
changes
spoil that
garments?
Oh, fuck.
That's cool. No, my main
Why
thing
do
is
I
just
spoil
like
things that done?
that's
No, Cullen let himself into this. This is like asking somebody, "Oh, did you beat the game?" with the implication that like they had already beaten it.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
dude, he fucking
no.
snips
My
one of his
main
hair.
thing, my main thing with
It's
that is
fun.
like you'll go like 4 hours of just dungeon crawling, and you'll get
Yeah.
this 20-minute cutscene that makes you fucking like shook to your core of like
Yes.
political societal implications, and you're just like, and then they just move back on to dungeon crawling, and you're like, what happened?
That's my problem. When I played the game and I was gonna review it, I was gonna end up being honest about it because it's one of the best stories I've experienced in a game, but it's broken up by so much fucking annoying bullshit. Like, because the combat starts good, and then it gets really, really slow. And unless you're a master of the mechanics and have played it many times, it will be annoying. And it just is, and for long hours, it will be annoying.
Yeah.
And it sucks because that story should not be trapped in that fucking game. Because the game is fine. It's just got a lot of hurdles, and boy, howdy, you got to be a certain kind of person.
I hit
to
that
jump over.
10-hour point where I was just like sucking the whole thing off.
Yes.
Literally start
It's
to
awesome.
It was like I was even like the gameplay is so methodical, and once you get it, because this was my like 4th attempt trying to get into it, and I was like, finally I
Yeah.
get it. And then you reach the point of the game where they just bump numbers up on everything, and it's like all right, I'm like, oh no.
It does suck. I feel like a lot like Nights in the Nightmare about it, because like it's a certain kind of person who's going to get into it. And same with Valkyrie Profile for that matter. These complicated ass JRPGs that resist entry for 1 or 2 reasons. And it sucks because they shouldn't be.
Are you working on a Valkyrie Profile?
I'm not. I've just been doing a lot of reading because I'm highly considering it, because I want to do it and Elysium and then supercut them all. I want to do that. And bring back the KBash Classic, because I haven't done one since Sword of Eteria, which was a jack-off video, because I lost Vagrant's story in a hard drive crash. God.
Like, yeah, I definitely get that.
If it makes you feel better, I deleted my entire Mass Effect playthrough, forgetting that I needed it for footage for a video I'm doing right now.
Oh, God. You mean 1 to 3?
Just 1.
Okay,
it's okay, that game's
I was like, that
stinky
sucks, but
poopy.
Jesus. I almost had a panic attack. Not like this.
I fucking, it was the only one I needed, and I got rid of it. So I have to replay through the whole thing now.
No, you don't. Love yourself.
I feel like we were on a tangent about content at some point in moons past.
I think we just, I mean, this is just what happens. We just chat.
Fair enough.
I mean, are you having fun?
I am. I just don't want to actually. Yeah, chat. Press a button to tell KBash to shut up.
No. Actually, what we could do,
What?
if we could ask for audience questions.
Oh fuck, dude! I love audience questions.
All right, yeah, fuck it. Audience question time. I'll fucking bump the
AMA
tweet
time!
too. AMA
Ask us
time.
anything. These can be questions to one person, multiple people.
Ideally KBash, because he is our
Ideally,
special
KBash,
guest.
because he's our guest.
What?
Sorry, I still recognize some of the names. I think is Mara Ganger still around? I'm not sure, but Lucid is.
A
Oh, I can collect cash on the channel. Holy shit! What is that? Channel points? I'm such a Twitch boomer. I literally don't get Twitch.
Yeah,
like,
look,
I barely. Like I watch streams on occasion, but very rarely because I'm like too busy doing my shit, and I want to like watch a streamer when I watch a streamer. Like Vox's streams are some of the only streams I've ever watched, and they're highly entertaining. But they're some of the only streams I've ever watched. So it's like fuck.
So like Cullen has emotes, right? Like he has like that like a dragon protagonist guy like going, oh cool, right? So with channel points you can like add things to it. So I always do this, and I always just add a thinking emoji to him, which it didn't work because of course I messed it up. There it goes.
That's okay.
Here,
He's having
you can do this, and now he's having a big think.
Wait. Oh shit, Mara's still here, and Lucid says he. Okay, or wait, I actually don't. I actually almost assume gender. I don't want to do that because I don't know.
It is.
Because I don't know who's in my thing.
That
I don't
is,
know.
I mean, that's interesting though, because yeah, like
Because
it
I
can.
don't have public access to all these people's personal information, just their names.
Yes,
So it's
it
like,
is.
I don't know.
But
Huh.
like that right there, just like the anxiety of it, wanting to get it right. People are typically understanding.
It's because I'm a fucking idiot. I want to tell stories, but I can't because they would like make me look so fucking embarrassingly stupid. But I do have a story about that goes back like 6 years that like shook me and has never gone away since. And I can't. Okay, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Have you played Lisa the Painful RPG,
I'm
KBash?
sorry, I haven't. I wish I should. It looks really cool, but I don't
What
know.
is your least favorite game that you've played?
Least what the I don't. That's such a hard question though.
E.T.
right?
for the NES.
Because it's like I feel like I'm not in a place where I bash games anymore. And even when I did, I'm struggling to think of one that was like, man, that was the garbagey shit.
Wow.
'Cause,
Okay,
like,
K
let's think,
praise.
like Digimon World 4, pretty fucking bad game, but fun when you get to turn into War Greymon. So like, really though, is it that bad? Like, you know what I mean?
That's
For me, it's like if there's a game I don't like nowadays, I'm just like, eh, and I like throw it away. I don't really like fixate on it.
Yeah. Aren't the worst things the ones that are totally unremarkable?
Yeah.
Like, there's this one puzzle game I played on the GBA. I can't even remember what it was called, with some dude with a round nose on it, and he's like a cartoon character. And that game sucks so bad because I don't care about it. I don't think anything about it.
I
It's just a
think
game.
one of the worst things like is when you don't like a game and you're obligated to play it, which I think that this circle might get a bit more, because with a lot of people they'd be like, that fucking sucks, I'm done. But
Yeah,
like,
wait. Oh, I'm cutting you off. Sorry.
oh no, it's just like when you you'll get into marathons and then you'll hit something where you're
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, and then it makes it worse because you can't just drop it. I don't think I've ever seen you drop, like, well, okay, you've said like you're not like on the Drakengard one, you're like, oh, I'm not finishing this because all the ending bullshit.
Yeah.
But
that
it's
segment,
like,
no thanks.
but like, you'll never just say like, I stopped halfway through, I gave up.
Yes. The only game that I did that for on my show is Neo 1, and I'm deeply embarrassed about it because that shit is such. I should have fucking finished the game. Like, what? And while I admit, you don't have to finish a game to write a review on it. That was my, like, I wanted to come off like an authority on what I was doing. So why wouldn't I pursue that? And it's because I wanted to push out content naturally. So, like, real great fucking ideal to aspire to, KBash. Anyway, I'm bitching. Someone said, what do you think about Shadow the Hedgehog? I have not played it. I apologize, though I've consumed a lot of YouTubers who bitched about it in the old days. So I'm kind of left inundated with, like, is this kinography or is it? I don't know.
Yes.
What's the most frustrating game ever? Honestly, honestly, fucking, I don't want to say it because Metroid Prime and Darksiders 1 equally, because I don't know. I was in a bad place or this or that, or my eyes were too dry all day. It just didn't work out. I was so mad the entire time. Where is Lucid? Lucid said, did you enjoy the birthday gift games? I deeply apologize. I have not played them yet. I know you sent them to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Fuck. Shadow the Hedgehog is Kino. Am I missing questions here?
Colin, how many endings have you unlocked for Shadow the Hedgehog?
Favorite bad game?
Just one, baby. That's all you need.
Colin, would it surprise you to know that I have played and
Yeah, you
gotten
said it.
all
You're like, I've
endings
beaten
of
all
Shadow
the endings.
Hedgehog?
Oh,
That is surprising.
No,
That
it's
game
not.
fucking sucks.
That game owns.
Welcome
So
to our
someone-
newest feud.
Someone said, what's the best bad game you've played or favorite bad game? Too Human. It sucks, and I'm like, I am deeply interested in Too Human, and I don't know why.
I wish that twin stick shit worked better.
Yeah, I really don't know why. I'm like,
I
fucking
like the
mental.
idea of Valhalla being like some fucking Silicon Valley company. It kind of was cool.
I think mine is
Oh, that's as far as I got.
Flower,
someone
Sun,
said
and
here.
Rain.
Flower, Sun, and Rain. Suda, okay.
Look, I think Flower, Sun, and Rain is probably Suda's best fucking, like, it's the game of mine I enjoy from him the most. Because there's, like, intent behind the fucking evil of the game design, and it uses it to tell such a cool story. It's like, this is my favorite game that I'm never recommending to anybody.
There's one. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt again. Someone said, what do you want to play, or a series you want to play? I think I answered this on my Q&A on my channel, but the answer is so long because I want to play everything from Shadow Hearts to Valkyrie Profile. Like, I want to play so many
Oh my
JRPGs, but I
God.
can't.
I
Right?
haven't played Shadow Hearts except for a fucking demo I played of like the second game, and I really want to play more Shadow Hearts because I really like that fucking demo, but it's all I could
Yeah.
get on the 360 at the time. My God, I really want to play Shadow Hearts.
I don't think Shadow Hearts was on 360.
I played a demo of it somewhere.
Either way.
Like it was so cool. I was like, oh, it's like this weird, like where, like the fucking, I don't know. Like I like the world building in that demo. I was like, this is so weird. I haven't played anything like this before. I want to play that shit again. I think it was like Shadow Hearts, something Covenant. It was like the second one. It had like a blonde dude, and he was a detective, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the fuck it was, but it was neat. I want to do more of that.
See, I'm trying to see if there's any other.
I don't think I missed any questions, but feel free to beat my ass if I did.
Like I fucking love that.
I found a good one.
Hmm.
Cliche, but if there's any video you'd like to redo in its entirety, what would it be? But most importantly, why?
Oh.
That's like
no.
Mara, thank you.
I'm gonna give you a double answer, even though it's only one. Apologies. It's Magi Nation and Lost Kingdoms because those are two of my earliest videos that are still public because I fucked them up. I love Lost Kingdoms 2. I love Magi Nation, and they're bad videos. They're not funny. They're cringy and annoying, and it's like, I love those games. You can't just leave it at that. They're too good. Lost Kingdoms and old FromSoft deserve respect. Sorry, what?
So you would make them bigger?
No, not bigger. I would make them fucking less like having Terra, the main female protag, banging against a cage while like saxophone music is playing and it's like implied that there's like an orgasm thing happening. It was so vile. Like I was so weird.
You were trying to be you were holding comedy over like
yes, over first of all basic sense. Like someone's gonna watch this shit eventually. Like, you know, it's just weird.
You. Colin, is there any video you would want to remake?
Don't say Steins Gate.
Don't say Steins Gate.
What? I don't like that one though.
I just like saying Steins Gate. It's a funny word to me.
It is a funny word. I actually do not care for a lot of my older videos. Again, like I know but I'm just giving context. That's like I don't think my content started to grow into its own until maybe the robotics notes video.
But is there something that you did back then that you like something calls out to you like, man, like if I ever had to do if I ever wanted to go back, this is the one I would go back and like a remake, a remaster of this video. Like I would love to do a second attempt at this.
Probably
I would love
Chaos
a round
Child.
2. Chaos Child?
Yeah, because I feel like that game. Okay. Oh, I fucking know exactly why. Okay. My Chaos Child video is the first video I ever made. It was my first piece of edited content ever. If I could go back, I'd put some fucking content warnings in that.
Love that one. That's, dude.
Because I have this kind of, because I didn't get it back then. I was a little shit, and it wasn't that I was trying to be edgy, and it's not that I said edgy stuff, but it's specifically in terms of gore. That is a very fucked up and gory game, and how it's like because it's a murder mystery, so it shows you the depictions. And my whole thing was like, look how fucked up this game is, and then I just show it. Like I have because the guy like he's like eats his own arm, thinking it's cheese. And he's like bleeding out. He's getting fucked. It's horrible, gory shit. And I'm like, look how cool it is. Chaos Child. It is a. This is
a game. Video game.
It is in the same series as Steins Gate. They are visual novel adventure games.
Oh shit! I was like, if this was like a 3D game, I would probably do a video on this ASAP. Cause like, fuck, that sounds perfect. Like Drakengard. I can put Obliterating My Mental Health with Steins Gate and Chaos Child or something.
Don't steal my, I'm the guy. No, but like they're very cool, and they're definitely some of the more like approachable VN like games, simply because they're like a bit more out there and they have mass appeal, stuff like that. There's like a new one coming out in like 2 months in Japan called like Anonymous Code, and I really hope it doesn't bomb, but it probably will. Whatever. Pretty much everything after Steins Gate in some way or form failed. The company has not been able to recapture that. And they've tried and tried and tried. And like Chaos Child in particular is so fucking funny because Microsoft paid them money to put it on the Xbox One.
Huh.
A visual novel on the Xbox One in
Yeah, Chris,
Japan
yeah.
only.
Oh. Wait, what? Ew, what the fuck?
Yeah, we got it when because like a year or two later they were like, okay, fine, it sold 3,000 copies when it came out, which is horrible, catastrophically low. Like, Tokyo Mirage Sessions when it came out on Wii U was considered a flop, and that sold 20,000.
Oh.
For comparison.
Yeah.
So it's like, this did really bad, especially because up to that point, that was the highest budget game they've ever made. It is a VN with a good amount of production value put into it. It's pretty long, fully voiced, like got some good cutscenes in it. They thought it was going to be big and then it flopped hard. And then everything since have just been them trying to like regain the flow that they made for fucking making that terrible business decision.
Also, thank you for the comment about appreciating Power Stone review. Top 3 hidden gems. Department Heaven did it. Okay, that's 4 games. Don't care.
No more heroes.
I think Riviera is kind of lesser than the others, though.
Metropolis Mania.
Huh. I've never heard. Wait, he said no more. That's not a hidden gem.
I
or is it?
Yeah, I didn't know.
I was being
known gem.
I was being facetious.
You can watch Travis shit out his pants, and it's like, ha, he did that.
He did a
and
funny
the nipple guns
fart.
guy. Okay, anyway, say what?
Oh no, he did a funny fart.
Yeah. No, that's my favorite. The ending of 1 where he like, if you pick the wrong ending, and like a dude comes in to kill him, and he's like, what does he say? Something like something about shit, and it's because he's shitting.
No, that's the true ending. When like that guy who's supposed to be a reference to Killer 7, I'm pretty sure. But they didn't have.
One is when you fight Henry though.
Yeah, that's the true end. But like he.
No. But like before that, like it cuts, and the normal ending is just some guy invading his bathroom, and then it ends right there.
Oh, I didn't know that because I got the true ending.
God damn it, that's the. Oh man.
But no, like I'm pretty sure that like that character was like a reference to Killer 7, but they didn't have the rights, so he's just nameless. But yeah, no.
That's such a pseudo thing. Fucking like, the Ouroboros runs deep, my dude.
I know.
It is such a pseudo thing because he has been fucked over by the game industry. So for a lot of those like references, he can't do anything with them. So it's like, here's this guy who's vaguely like that other guy. And then you're just supposed to know.
Yeah.
I actually had a fun, as we kind of like wind down a little bit, I had a fun little outro question for you. I mean, if you wanted to keep talking, but I figure the energy's kind of going down a little bit. We're sleepy bitches.
Talking every day.
All right.
I gotta go get dinner.
Yeah, we gotta eat food. So, all right. Spoil the next 4 videos of yours with 5 words each, vaguely. So this is not all encompassing, but like I'm sure you have your 4 next videos planned. 5-word synopsises.
Oh my god.
Okay,
what's my next one? Well, I already spoiled the
You have to do it 5 words.
Kill the past writ large. That's not true though. It's not writ large. It's only the anyway.
That's not what you think about the games.
Oh, shit, fart, toilet, nipple, gun.
That's I can't believe I have to hold your hand. A sentence, asshole.
Oh, how am I supposed to write out a 5?
That's the fun challenge. You're supposed to just.
Even you just spoil it just by saying it, like, fucking loser otaku becomes number 1. That's the synopsis of the entire series in 5 words. Holy shit.
Okay, let me answer my own question. Here's my 5-word sentence spoiling my Monarch video. Monarch is a bad game.
But you know what? But you spoiled it though.
No,
You're not
but
supposed to spoil it, right?
that's what. It's vague enough where it doesn't actually spoil the.
You
if
said
don't-
Monarch, which
what
is the title.
Yes.
The title is Monarch. I don't
It's
get
five.
it.
It's 5 words. No, I just said.
Wait, chat, back me up. Am I insane?
No, I just said.
Was KBash supposed to spoil what the subject of the video was about or not?
Yes, I was just no. I was the spoil was supposed to be like a fun. It's like spoil the next 4 videos you're making
You
in
said
5
okay.
words each.
I thought you were saying like say them without spoiling.
No, I don't
my
give a
brain, like,
shit.
jumped there. My bad. I'm stupid. Okay, Colin is a good person and should be respected.
What?
Okay, what's after No More Heroes? I'm quitting that one.
Okay, fine.
Fucking, I don't even know. What is after No More? Oh. I actually don't get the game. I'm too fucking stupid, dude.
Okay.
Samurai anime has bad games. Did it?
Okay.
There's one.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think I can guess it. I think I can guess that one. I think I know that one, but I'm not gonna say it.
Kino Kids, Get Mad Drip.
Okay.
That one's
See,
easy.
this is what I wanted.
Okay, sorry. I had to onboard for a sec. Depressed men acquire much power.
Olivian got it. Olivian got what I was going for there, but I'll take this.
And what's the 4th one? Oh shit, no one knows this one, and I'm not even sure if it's in the 4th slot, but it might be. Oh god, how do I even say this? Oh my god. No, it's too hard. It's like one of the most... It's genuine Kino, by the way. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Fucking... secretly complex... game? Old series. I fucked it up. I couldn't do a sentence. I couldn't do it.
You know what? It's fine. Also, Lucid, yes.
What Lucid say? I have to see this.
Red Bard and I collab reviewed a game we hated very much because it is very gross. Oh, hey, wait a second. All 3 of us are going to be in a Red Bard video.
We are.
We are.
Oh,
We're all in it.
That's weird. I'm shrieking in it. It's all I'm good at. Yeah.
I didn't get to shriek. I got to tell a story. I had like a...
I was just like, well, I was like, she needs lines or someone screaming, and I was like, well, I do that. Might as well. Just scream. Ruin my voice.
I get to be sort of like a Discovery Channel kind of person in reaction to your role.
See, I tried to make mine like I had a like I was telling a story in my bit. I don't want to spoil the video, but like I was like basically voicing a line of a character telling a story, and I tried to make it funny, and there's like no, just be normal, and I was like, oh.
Just be
damn.
I wanted it to be quirked up.
I did want to be quirked up.
Red
Bard's amazing though. Da best. But I guess if we want to wind down a little bit, we kind of go through at the end of these and say, what are you playing? What are you doing? What should people expect next? I don't know.
I've been playing the whole Soul series. I'm in Bloodborne. Actually, I just finished Bloodborne, so I'm about to start Sekiro. And oh god. Oh, and look forward to me getting dragged on Twitter for making a No More Heroes video. It's not a joke. This is gonna happen. My career is over.
I'm so looking forward to watching this.
You're gonna have
I'm looking forward to getting quote tweeted so hard, and just like this guy's such a fucking idiot. Like, it's gonna hurt, man. Ugh.
Good. It's gonna be good. Don't worry about it. It'll be healthy. It'll be a learning.
Don't worry. I'll tell all my followers like this is the definitive No More Heroes video.
No, if you say that, it'll be worse. They'll be like, no, wait, maybe don't exile yourself from a community you love.
I'm not in any community.
Oh fuck.
I don't try to.
Persona community?
I'm in the Persona community as much as you could say that I am a fan of Persona games.
Oh, okay, never mind. Understandable.
No, like I don't do communities anymore. I've had my They're the worst. Communities fucking suck. Nothing wrong with people being passionate about something. Communities just fester toxic individuals.
There is a lot of weird stuff I've seen out of him. I won't lie. But
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I'm monopolizing the time. Who else is playing things?
I mean, GC, what are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Like coming up?
Yeah.
I got it in 4 words for you.
Succinct.
Please watch Feature Creep.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm waiting.
Please watch the Feature Creep. There we go.
Is that a series you're working on?
It might be.
Okay.
Bless.
You told me to say it in less than. In
I did
5 or
not.
less words.
I literally did not.
You said
No.
that was the rule of the game you were playing.
The
and
game was
I
not
followed the
directed
rules.
towards you. You were not allowed to play the game.
I followed the rules.
You did not.
follow-
Oh,
those-
so you can play the rule, and KBash can play a game, but I can't play a game.
I did
What
it
am
as
I-
an
what am I, a
example.
trophy wife? Do I just look pretty here for you?
Yes.
Am I the Daphne of the group?
Yes. That's actually
not
insulting to Daphne. Did you not see the Scooby-Doo movie where Daphne was the best character and kicked all the
Yeah.
ass?
I know. I'm aware.
Okay, Bash, what do you think about the Scooby-Doo movies, live action?
Wait a minute. Let me.
I've never watched the Scooby-Doo movie.
You should watch Scooby-Doo movie 1
Probably.
and then get back
I'm
to us.
I'm finishing Elden Ring.
Nice.
I actually went back to Elden Ring this week. I had so much more to do, but I'm almost done now. Game's really good. Can't say much. You know, it's good. I wish it wasn't so big, but it's good. I'm editing all my shit. It's almost done. I'm actually gonna be editing audio when I'm done and I get lunch or dinner, and then yeah, you'll see that stuff done in about. I want to say maybe it'll take me like another month to get all of it done, and then it's
Ooh.
done. You're gonna have a video every 2 weeks, so
Hell yeah.
enjoy.
Okay.
You're gonna have like 22 weeks of content. There you go. Like you're gonna have a lot. There's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, GC's doing that like big content burst in the healthy way,
Oh,
not
shit.
the deranged.
I'm working on all my projects in bulk so that I
Yeah.
have.
It's
so that-
respectable.
Yeah, so it'll take me 6 months to get this done, which means it'll take me 6 months to get the next batch done, and so on and so forth. And I'll just always have something up, but I don't have to burn myself out on individual videos constantly.
Yeah. for
I'm
sure.
trying to do a video a month and I'm fucking dying. I don't know how you do 2 a month. It's crazy.
Why does it say be normal in the chat? Who's not being normal? We're all so normal. All of us are normal, okay? Who was that directed? Was it Cullen perhaps?
Which
Was it me?
I think being normal was about. Yeah, I know what you're reading, GC. I know what you're reading. Go fuck yourself. No, that
What?
was about the Red Bard quote.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I would never gatekeep GC for that reason. I have valid reasons to gatekeep GC.
It's true, he does.
Yes.
Find out next time.
That was very funny. I just want to say that was very funny. That was very, very funny.
And I'm not mentioning it by name because this is gonna be a VOD on YouTube. I don't
What?
expose
that person's
my.
joking. They
I
we're
know.
all joking.
I know. I don't expose my ass like that. That's a fake ass. I don't need people see. I show my real ass enough. I guess I'll wrap it up on me. I'm literally just waiting for games to come out. I really hate it because a bunch of games. Oh fuck, that was something I was gonna ask you. Because we talked to Polly last week about how Polly doesn't play new games and Polly mainly plays old games. Do you find yourself buying new games much?
No. I haven't bought a new game for like almost 2 years.
Oh yeah?
Calendar.
What about Neo?
Ironically.
What about Neo then,
Wow.
huh?
Neo
Huh?
is the only one, but that I wouldn't even call that new because I didn't buy it when it came out. I bought it like 6 months later.
But
Yeah,
that game,
Neo's old.
but that game came out a year ago. Fake.
Okay, so it's
fake
not
liar.
Neo
Neo
1 or 2?
No,
Say
no, no, Neo.
Oh, it's Fui Neo, yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so aside
that.
from Neo, sure. So that's my one for 2022, 21. And before that was Grand Blue, and before that was Trials of Mana, and that's it. Before that, it was probably like fucking like DMC5, I guess. I don't know. I don't buy new games. It's not worth it.
It's
They're like
fair.
too much money for. Yeah.
It's especially
They're
you
gonna
live in
get discounted
Canada.
anyway. Super
Yeah.
soon they'll get discounted too, like fast.
Yeah.
So you just wait like a month or two, and suddenly the $60 game is $20.
Yeah. But I gotta buy Elden Ring soon. Fuck.
I'm sorry. Mainly for Canadian prices. The game's pretty cool.
Well, Canadian price is high, but it is relative, right? Like, because our dollar is worth less than yours.
Yeah.
So, like, is it relative, or is
Is
there
it 80? Are they 80 over there, or are they
Typically.
100?
Like,
I know some of them
after
are
tax,
100.
it's like I guess like after tax, it's like 90 to 100, depending on what console you're buying for.
Yeah.
Because like a new like PS5 game should be 100 after tax, I think. But I haven't bought one because I don't own a PS5 because I'm poor. Not really. Okay. No more whining about myself. Cringe.
We have not thought you've been cringe once, except all those times
You've been
in
a
which you
terrific
insulted
guest
me.
tonight.
Thank
I
you.
want you to know that you
I
have been
love
a
popping
terrific
off.
guest. Like so far we are 2 for 2 on the
Yes.
terrific guests. Like
Nice.
So
it has
good that
been
we're
a
gonna
wonderful time.
have to go into hiatus to find some other cool people as cool as you two.
There will be some. They're there.
Oh yeah, they exist. Just take the
The
compliment.
deranged people
fuck-
in this
for-
sphere.
For fuck's sake, just take the compliment. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's all these content creators, low self-esteem, like, oh no.
Oh, true.
Anyway, I was gonna say, I'm kind of just suffering, waiting for shit to come off, because the next 2 months are literally some of the best, most anticipated games for me of all time. Like, oh, that's a fucking video I'd want to remake. I'm sorry. I totally just remembered. My fucking the Somnium Files video.
Okay.
I wish I did that game more justice. Everyone said like, no, but that's really good. I love watching that video. It's like, I don't like it. Mainly because, okay,
Shut up.
no, okay, here's the thing. This is maybe a bit of a unique perspective from like you two, who, and I respect both of your content incredibly so, and that's why I'm happy I've become friends with you guys.
Why?
Because that for basically up until recently, all my content was covering games under the constraints of doing reviews for review codes. Like, they'd send me a review code and then give me an embargo, and then I had to limit what I could talk about and also keep up and in a professional mindset. I didn't like all of my opinions in that were legit. I don't lie. I don't like try to like say things I don't believe, but you're restricted creatively. And so I would cover these games I'd be so fucking passionate about and then never get to actually really express myself, and it'd be such a fucking bummer. And now I don't really do that as much anymore, and I get to do stuff like the Chrono Cross video, which is just the only people who fucking have any stake of that are my patrons because they pay me money. But everything, but like, and stuff like the Somnium Files, it's like, I was trying to make an introduction video, and I had to like be professional, but also follow the embargo. And it's like this, all the stuff that's preventing me from doing. So it's stuff like that where it's like, not only am I just better at everything,
Yeah, you could do it better.
I could do it better, but also like,
And you still have the passion for that specific thing that you can do it better too.
like I know that like I think I'm gonna be writing a review for that for our RPG site, like a pre-launch review. But then anything I do on my channel for that game, for I2, is just me. And it's just me doing whatever the fuck I want to do. And it's stuff like that that's really cool. But that's kind of a roundabout way to say that, like, oh my god, I2 comes out next month. Three Hopes comes out next month. Xenoblade comes out the month after. Live Alive comes out that same month. It's like, oh my god, all these fucking games. But
Klonoa.
May is such a blah period. I'm sorry, I buy new games. I'm part of the problem. I'm cringe.
You're fine.
Spend your money the way you want to. Yeah.
I've been playing
Right.
so much Monarch, and I'm excited to delete all my
gotta
fucking
leave this
footage.
Capitalist nightmare. You damn well better spend it how you want. Sorry.
I just
Look,
recorded all.
until you become the mayor of a town, fucking do whatever you want.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I just recorded all my Monarch audio. So after this call, I have to just start editing, and I'm not looking forward to it. Because
Busy boys.
I need
That
to.
was cringe. Sorry. What?
No, I was just gonna say, one of the worst things about like doing that review code grind, because that was the only way I saw growth for a long time, and it's like you realize at a certain point you gotta learn how to pick them better, because there's nothing worse than signing up to do a video and then you start playing it and you're like, I don't want to do. I have nothing to say.
Yeah,
Anyway.
didn't you have to like play Ninja Gaiden? And I was like, oh shit.
Oh, I did that. Thankfully, that was a hey, stream this, and I was like, yes, I will.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's.
I
fair.
will
Easy
stream
mo
this.
peasy.
I can stream this no problem. And you want to know what? Ninja Gaiden's not for me.
That's understandable.
I'm sure that you like when I messaged you about that last fucking year, I was like, I'm so excited to play Ninja Gaiden.
Dude, I didn't think I would love it as much as I do, but now I always miss it.
And
Every
now
fucking month.
and I played it and I'm like, oh, I don't like this.
I don't blame you. Well, to be fair, Rio is a fucking cardboard box, so
Yeah.
or puppet. I don't know. He's weird. He's not a person.
Who?
Oh,
In
Ryu
Ninja
Hayabusa. Yeah, I mean, like he becomes more expressive in 3. Chrono Cross. Sorry.
Chrono Cross 2, baby! I'm so mad I wasn't able to include that. I'm so bummed. For context, the writer of Chrono Cross wrote Ninja Gaiden 3.
Which is fucking insane. Like, as a fan of both, like, what the fuck? How? I love.
Oh,
that
you can
scream
see
of the
it.
little
Knows
girl.
what you like.
Oh yeah, literally like, because you're like, how? And then I immediately think, just look at the scream of the little girl. And that just like, yep, that's the same guy.
Murder it!
No subtlety. Just like, this is it. My
Yeah.
vision. But yeah, I'm just playing Vagrant Story, and I need to try to get that to a video. My editor, I'm commissioning to do that, so then I can work on Rune Factory. That's pretty much it.
Ah,
That's all I got. I'm boring.
you're okay. You're good.
But
Dang,
this was fun.
it was.
Oh, I had a good time.
You finished your whole. Actually, oh shit! This is the
I
last
also
question.
almost finished my thing.
Okay, Mr. Bash, we talked about this before we went live.
Yeah.
I would like your review of the chocolate cream cold brew from Starbucks.
It was pretty good.
No, no,
What? What? I'm not a connoisseur.
I'm not. We literally spent an hour being like, you don't need to be a expert at blank to give a satisfying opinion. You drink coffee all the time. Surely you're able to say better than like,
pretty good.
it's okay.
It's good.
You liked it, right?
Good. Yeah, it's good. I liked
Did
it.
you like the chocolate part?
I'm a real fan of the chocolate part, and in fact, I have written deep essays on the nature and being of the chocolate.
These
in
fuckers
the,
don't get it.
Say
Did you
what?
Did you like it when it was
don't
cold? I usually don't
understand.
like cold brews when they start to get warm brews.
They
I don't really like it.
Fucking get it.
I'm not a
Fair
big
enough.
fan of the room temperature brew.
Let me tell you something.
Fair
When
enough.
I drank
I
the
don't
chocolate
know.
cream cold brew, and it's the mouthfeel of the cream, the way it blends together so effortlessly, the chocolate as like an accent to it that enhances the cream and the cold brew, it's like it dances across your palate. Like the chocolate cream cold brew is my go-to when I go to
This
Starbucks
is weird.
now.
This sounds like a review of like Trails in the Sky.
Oh no, I'd be like, too much anime. It was good, I guess.
Colin, that was great, but like I have a book for you that you can read. That you should totally check out.
Is that about
whenever you
being
get
a better
the chance.
writer?
Yeah, it'll make you a way better
you
writer.
fucking absolute piece of shit. All right,
Called
we're
The
done.
Element
Shit.
Style.
Oh, God.
So thank you for tuning in on this week's Vibe. The podcast will be having an indefinite hiatus as I look for a new co-host who respects me and my time. KBash, you've been wonderful. You've been great.
He straight up told me I wasn't allowed to play the game. Remember that.
Holy fuck, dude. I feel like I just created.
I have now muted GC.
What?
Yep.
That's a human rights violation.
Now that you've made it about that, I have to unmute him.
Fucking Morse coding in. What the heck? How do you even do that? I have yet to learn the ways.
I have my ways.
I really appreciate everyone for coming in and slandering my good name. I really appreciate all these wonderful things that have happened at my expense today.
He really is like Travis Touchdown. He suffers every day. Do you also shit quite loudly?
No.
I shit really loudly. I mean, if we're on that topic, I am horrifying. I have heard my roommates go, "God damn!" when I'm in the bathroom. It's pretty bad.
It's really funny though. At my
you don't get dinner.
At my office, I'll like hear people like come into the bathroom, and then just like get in the stall next to me, and go. No, it's just not even the noises of that. It's just them going like, oh, yeah. And I'm like,
what the fuck? Who's doing this?
Yeah, man, they're really into it. It's a sport.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
They must. You're not supposed to push everybody. Just so you know.
Hemorrhoids are and fissures. Right, like be careful for your anal hole. Sorry,
God,
rectum. That's what I meant.
Clip that.
Rectum.
Clip that. Quote it. Be careful for your anal hole.
Rectal cavity. Fuck.
No. Everybody, clip it right now.
Fighters.
Yeah, you're not gonna show KBash the fucking style guide. Anyway, so we thank you all for joining us.
Good book, by the way. You should write that book, please.
We have a VOD channel now where this will go up in its entirety. But I guess if you have anything you'd like to say to people watching, fans, etc., KBash, to kind of end us out on, I guess the floor is yours one last time.
Oh my god. Look, I don't have an intro. I literally said intro like intro. I don't have an intro. This is my legacy. Pulls the plug on the computer. I don't.
All right. That's what KBash thinks of his fans.
Believe in hope. You can achieve, but don't let me also batter you because with my own hopeful attitude, I know that can be demoralizing for some individuals. Okay.
It's not that hard.
What?
You just did it. You were like, oh, I don't know. It's so hard. And then just easy.
I don't know.
All right, everybody.
All right, everybody.
We'll vibe you later.
Vibe you later. Wait, that sounds like a vibrate. That's like a sex toy thing. Oh god. Oh no.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.